everybody. It's what's like Thursday. I was playing last night on the channel, so like my whole week is messed up. I have a whole, I don't know, I got a whole new thing. But
being honest, Jim, that's okay.
It's all right. Like it's Blades in the Dark. It's not.
That's fine. I'll find them.
It's. I mean, I can't stop you from doing what you're going to do. So help.
No one can.
No one. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us while we play some Dungeons and Dragons. We've got some new faces, some faces who are absent. As usual, we play this as if it were people around a table. If you can show up, you can show up. If you can't, you can't. And if you can only sit in for one, then you sit in for one. So
Matt's here, yeah.
Welcome. Why don't you start us off? How you doing? And yeah, what's going on?
Throw me under the bus like that, Jim. That's mean. That's mean.
Yeah.
I'm good. Had kind of a long day. I had to mow the yard because the hurricane's coming in. You can't mow in the rain after it's rained. So a long day,
Not
but
with
I'm
that attitude.
Well, no, I always have that attitude. So I'll do it. I'll do it some other time. But I'm good, ready to play some D&D. Got a new character to try out, so I'm excited.
Yeah. There you go. Excellent. And I guess TK, you're how are you doing yourself?
Hello, it's me, Ravenloft Heartthrob TK Johnson.
Oh my god, big fan.
Oh my god, thank you. My ring light is too bright now because the sun is setting, so it's like trying to decide. It's not actually set yet because it's not going to set here until like 10:30 at night. But it's trying to figure it out. It's trying to figure its life out, just like me, me, Dad.
There you go.
Yeah, playing Larimar, also trying to figure his life out.
Larimar has some, I think, I don't know, some soul searching to do. Maybe.
Questionable friends. Questionable ambitions. Tried to jump over the railing of a boat yesterday. Didn't work. By yesterday, I mean a few weeks ago. But
play last, yeah.
One night.
Sometime.
Everything is fine.
It's fine. Great.
Everything is fine. I'm losing my mind. Everything is fine.
And Anna, how's it going?
Hello, it's going great, Jim. Thank you so much for asking. And you know what I've noticed is that sometimes, or I don't know, don't quote me on this, but I always kind of shout out somebody and tell them that I love them from this group. And I feel like Josh, you've had many a time that I've told you that you're an amazing human being and everything. Mm-hmm. But Jim, I don't know if I've ever gotten to you.
Oh.
I just want to let you know that I'm here for you, Jim. Just let's see. The world needs to see you blush. Okay?
Absolutely.
You're a wonderful person. Woo. You are so dedicated to your job, to your family. Mm-hmm. Like you're just crushing it, and keep crushing it. And it's okay to not be okay sometimes, because I'm not okay sometimes.
Oh my god!
Listen, you're killing it. All right.
I feel so seen. Thank you, Anna. I appreciate it.
Normally, I would like make fun of you for kissing the DM's ass, but you're just so fucking pure that I can't. Like, anyone but you, Anna.
I mean, I don't do it so you don't kill my character.
Certainly.
But
although last time we played, Myrtle came close, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for reminding me. I actually forgot. Jim, I love you so much. Please don't cross your ear.
It's fine. It'll be all right.
Yeah, but I'm great. And I hope you, the viewers at home or wherever you are, beautiful humans, as long as you're maybe not a cyborg, hit me up. I hope you're doing well and staying hydrated.
What about a cyborg pizza?
Absolutely, stay hydrated.
Well, whoever cyborg pizza is, hello, chat, cyborg pizza in chat.
Don't stalk me.
The memes.
Oh, Josh, how are you doing?
Feeling good. As usual, I try to make myself as frisky as I can for Thursday nights, and I have sufficiently frisked. So I'm here.
Rubbed your fur the wrong way, or
stop it?
Well, I mean, yeah.
You went from wholesome to something else.
Yeah. I know y'all from Texas, but damn.
Yeah, I know.
What?
Don't hold it against us.
I didn't say anything.
Here down in Texas, we don't talk about sex. I mean, small town Texas.
Only the Alamo.
Only the Alamo.
Bring it back around.
Do you have a beer? Do you remember the Alamo? Are the Cowboys playing? Also got Longhorns,
Sure.
etc.
Okay. That's
doing, Jim.
That's the most Texan 30 seconds that we've had on this.
I'm sorry. I don't usually Texas, but then I had to Texas when I was called to Texas.
I understand.
Is it South by Southwest that's in Austin, or is it
the
other one? Yeah.
I'm a terrible Austinite. I have no idea.
Both ACL and the South by. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't see how the people of LA do it. But spending 3 days there is like, oh my God, there's so many. Like everywhere I look, there's a billboard for a movie that I'm not going to see. So that's how I feel. Anyway, that is a world away from where we'll be tonight, which is I don't know, where are we tonight? Y'all are on the coastline of the Bay of Iridescence, traveling in a direction to rendezvous with a notorious pirate by the name of Nasher. This is your first voyage aboard the Empress of the Seas, captained by one moody and sort of distant Bellet. She seemed quite just down, morose. Certainly not the cutting, dashing image of a pirate captain that you might have heard of from various tales and the like. So yeah, I think we'll sort of like flash forward a bit. The last time we played, there was we tested out some of the sort of like the sea encounter tables from Ghosts of Saltmarsh, and Myrtle indeed had a brush with mortality, but pulled through rather, and was able to continue the journey. Right now, you guys are on a beach. The boat has been sort of like drawn up and basically like backed in so that you can immediately push off and set sail. But just to the west is this rather large hilly outcropping. It's got like a jungle, sort of like trees and vines and other sorts of creepers that are cropping out of it. And it completely obscures sort of the rest of the coastline. And you've been here for a few hours. Bellet has beached the ship and asked everyone to sort of be on guard, sent out her scout, Slagfunk Snarp, the coral-skinned...
That is the best fucking name, Jim.
Colon. Aquatic Hobgoblin. So he's due back any minute from his initial foray. Just on the other side of this outcropping is an inlet to the Lotus Cove, which is where several sort of pirate settlements are. It's avoided by most of the merfolk and Pisanoids of the place. They kind of stay well away from this place. For them, it's a place of clockwork horrors and abominations. One of the archmages who is responsible for all of the various aquatic life around here, eventually frustrated with the failings of flesh, turned to steel and metals and the like, and this was the beating heart of his manufactories and the like. Since then, it's been regarded as cursed by the fish people of whatever. Yes, we did forget to talk about Tabletop Loot, our sponsor, longtime sponsor, and one of our first sponsors. Thank you very much, Matt. Intern Matt, on it in the backstage chat, letting us know.
Even while he's here.
Even while he's here. First, yeah. Excellent. But yes, go and check out Tabletop Loot. They've got always got new dice, things to check out. And while you're there, use the code WebBM15. Get a discount on us. There you go. All right. So at the moment, scouts are out. They want to make sure that you're not walking into anything too spicy. And so everybody's on guard, but it's also, no one's having a sail or anything. You could get off the boat if you wanted.
I'm absolutely sunbathing if the sun's out.
The sun is out here most of the day.
No, okay.
Is out. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Calliope is sunbathing.
Absolutely.
Actually, maybe a Constitution save.
Are you for real, Jim?
I am for real. You don't have shell or a carapace or an exoskeleton. You're from another plane.
I think she's about to learn a rough lesson. I got a 6.
Decisions you made.
I gotta say.
This is about to get
Calliope is
spicy on
It's
here.
about within 30 minutes. Calliope has a fairly nasty burn.
No.
Yeah, I mean it's not enough to do a damage to you,
Rip.
but it could get worse. You know?
Suffer.
I don't know about y'all, but I get really tired after a day out in the sun. I mean, that's all
That's
I'm
true.
saying.
I mean that is true as well. I think I don't know that 30 minutes was enough to call it a full day. But if you stay out here long enough, you will have to start making exhaustion checks.
All right.
It's all right.
Love you,
okay.
Josh.
There's plenty of shade, and there's all kinds of water
How
around.
cool are you, Matt?
Jim, I have a question. This is an important question.
Yeah.
Very important.
Listening.
Do illusions block light?
They can.
Would illusions block like harmful light, like from the sun?
Like UV.
Uh-huh.
I'd let a third level spell do something like that.
Damn. Yeah, beating sunlight or daylight.
But
Okay.
visible light, certainly, right? Like, isn't darkness an illusion spell? Or am I just crazy?
No.
In order for an illusion to work, it has to essentially bend light, right?
Certainly, yeah.
'Cause I was just
It's a
gonna
matter of what kind
minor
of light.
illusion.
I mean, like, I am all for having
parasol.
a conversation of what kinds of light illusion.
Yeah, I mean, it might bend light, but it might not protect you from UV radiation.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is like
Just make it really, really purple.
a major image could. A major,
All right.
right?
That's
Because
fair.
It,
That's
it
fair.
affects, it can affect all kinds of things, right? It can affect like tactile. It's a powerful illusion, like a silent image or something.
Which ones protect us from poor decision making?
That would be foresight.
Yeah. Next level. Good luck.
Cool.
If you can make it that far, you don't need it.
Asking for a friend. Cool.
Yeah.
Sure. And who knows? There might be a scroll somewhere.
Multi-class into wizard. Okay.
It's on the warlock list.
Nice.
All right. So having been burnt, I'm now sulking under some kind of shade.
Sure, right. There's sails and below decks as well. If you don't mind staying with the automaton skeletons. How about everybody else? So, real quick, maybe let's introduce Matt. Matt, you're playing not first mate, crew member Brutus.
Yes.
A water buffalo minotaur gladiator.
Brutus.
That's about all we know about him at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, he's got one of the like traditional oh god, what do you call it? Not Greek, the other one.
Roman,
Yeah, but
different.
no, like Greek, but 300.
Macedonian. Oh, the
300.
Spartans.
Spartan style sword and shield on his back and a spear, and he just kind of walks around looking for good grub to eat. I don't know what he's doing right now. I don't know where he is in relation to the rest of the party. That's kind of up to you. But
Brutus is usually he and Merryweather are sort of like the muscle on the ship. Merryweather's basically a warforged monkish, kind of like a monk type. So he's probably maybe just now getting back from like securing the boat or securing the ship on the beach, making sure it doesn't float away, that kind of thing.
Okay.
That's sort of what Brutus is called to do, muscle.
Okay, cool. Right now he'd probably be like down at the beach, like spearfishing or something.
Okay.
That's what he wants to do with his afternoon.
Gotcha. Yeah. And how about Larimar?
Larimar, I think that after, and tell me if you think that this is like slightly out of line for Baelet. I think after Baelet like handed the fur wrapped glyph to Larimar, she's probably expecting them to stay in her sight for a little while. I wouldn't be surprised if Wyrus totes narked on them and was like, Larimar was in your room.
Right. Yeah, there's
so yeah, I suspect Larimar is under supervision as they study the items that they have on them as well as this glyph.
Yeah, you find that her as you're just sort of like going about your day or doing things, that you catch her just sort of watching you more than maybe the first couple of days. And it isn't long after the Empress of the Sea is beached that Bellet actually approaches Larimar, and it seems sober, number one, and not mad, but just matter of fact. It won't be long before our rendezvous with Nasher. I expect that you'll have something for us then. I hope to be surprised and delighted by what you found.
I live to serve and to live up to expectations. I will most assuredly have more information by then.
Excellent. And she sort of goes back to the her covered portion of the top deck and sits down and just kind of watches over everything.
Yeah, Larimar immediately stares at the glyph like, what the fuck am I doing? They're not really sure how to interpret this glyph, but they're also terrified to ask for help from any person or entity who could actually enlighten them.
Right. Yes, too much pressure. I understand that. Where is Myrtle?
Myrtle is on the beach hunting and searching for ingredients to make her famous recipe of tacos.
Yes.
AKA tacos. So she is hunting for some fish and some seaweed as a tortilla, but seaweed wraps, kind of, but they're taco. And any other ingredients that I feel like she would know, could just kind of been out and about. But literally anything and everything that I can find to stock up this kitchen so all my BBs can eat.
Yeah.
There is an abundance of food. The primary challenge, culinary-wise, or at least stocking, is about half the crew can't eat the other half of the crew's food. In that, those of you who are sort of from around here, who are adapted to the waters, you can eat fish and all other sorts of things here. It kind of gives the frogs a little, just they don't really like it. The plucked kinku, he does his own thing. So it's just a balance, right? Like,
yeah, for sure. If she knows that, I think she'd probably find like half and half, like maybe some flies or like weird stuff. Not that flies are weird, but
Certainly. So it sounds like y'all are all kind of spread out doing different things. Myrtle and Brutus both on the beach gathering, foraging and the like. It's not that long. I mean, it's still daylight and plenty of it whenever Slagfunk gets back and sort of gives his initial report, comes swimming in, and he's rounded the rocky outcropping and sort of, well, I mean, there's at the entrance to the cove, there's some sort of watchtower or something. It looks manned, so they'd know if we were coming in. Lots of seagrass and other vegetation in the water, though, so it was hard to see if there was anything lurking in it. But it's all swampy, just, I don't know, smells bad back there. And from the top of the rocks, I could see a couple of settlements in there, deeper into the swamp. And it looks like maybe some clearings or something in there. But hard to tell with the trees in the way. That's sort of his report that he gives, and anyone who wishes to hear it, he delivers to Bella.
Now, Jim, I know exactly why we're here. Calliope doesn't. Would you mind telling Calliope exactly why we're here?
Yeah, you can see a look of sort of, not annoyance, but just aspiration with Calliope come over. Bellet's face. Slagfunk turns. Well, we're here to rendezvous with the pirates, but there's others here. Nasher's crew is one thing, but there are Snake Man pirates here too, and I've seen others down there. Right? Can't be certain of who they are, but at least two other groups. Could be pirates. Could be just drylanders that live there or something.
Drylanders. What do your drylanders look like?
He's just kind of walk around and
Look like me?
some of them, yeah, I guess. Kind of like maybe.
Maybe.
Most of them don't, though. Most of them, he gestures over to Bellet and some of the other members of the crew that they look like half orc, half goblin, or troll ogre kind of, like just all different types.
Okay, just curious.
And then you see him lean in and whisper something to Bellet that he doesn't seem to want the rest of the crew to hear.
Were we there when this happened?
I'm assuming, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you would have seen him approach. You would have seen him walk up on deck. I mean, it's not like a military vessel where there's like places you are supposed to be and not supposed to be. There's just kind of freewheeling that way. So whoever wanted to listen could have listened.
Can I do a perception check to listen in?
Certainly. Yeah.
Cheese check. Oh.
Easy 12.
6.
Okay. Anybody else?
I just had a... Sorry, go ahead, Josh.
I was just going to say, Calliope is not going to try particularly hard, but she will hold up her hand like she's pantomiming that she's listening to them.
Okay. All right. That look doesn't leave Bellet's face. All right.
So, just for clarification, he was scouting what area? Where was he going?
So he was. There's this cove. You're sailing along the shore, and you're headed towards this place called Lotus Cove, which is where the pirate Nasher wants to be. And so he's kind of like exploring just the very inlet, this very entrance of it. What's there? Are they walking into a trap? That kind of thing. And he climbed up the rocky outcropping to get a better view, but said that basically the swamp canopy has really prevented him from gathering any useful information other than there are multiple settlements in there, and at least two groups of pirates, possibly more, are in there.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
No problem.
Is this a...
That's when he whispered. After that, that's when he whispered.
Okay. Calliope's going to approach a random crewmate and ask them if, do pirates... Is there like a secret pirate bay where they all get together and they don't hurt each other? They just kind of hang out? Is that this? Because that'd be really cool if that was this.
I mean, you're talking to... you just a random one?
Yeah, no, like completely random. You can roll or determine however.
Gotcha. Yeah, I feel you. All right.
She's still waiting to find a buddy, so she's talking to everybody.
Sure, like your turn, and it's Merryweather in his brass diving suit. Body.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. He sort of like considers your question for a minute, and most pirates are further south. This far north, it's more. I don't. Yes, that's what this is.
Hey. Okay. Cool.
It's close to it.
Okay. That's good to know. All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Then off she goes, assuming that is true.
All right. So, Slagfunk whispers his message, and they have a hushed conversation for a few minutes before Bellet kind of stands up and, looks imperious and captainy. Well, it seems as though there's a bit of mystery here. We can't sail into the waters yet, as there's some sort of geyser at the entrance to the cove. So, and she never takes her eyes off Calliope during this whole time. So,
Oh yeah.
I think that as someone who appears to be somewhat skilled in matters arcane, as well as skilled with, shall we say it, knowledge of the planar boundaries, why don't you go check it out? Feel free to assemble a team if you like.
This is exciting. Thank you. Yes, sir. And then Calliope's going to start, like, just at first she's just going to like randomly like spin a little.
Mm-hmm.
She like thinks like who she can invite, and of course she's going to invite the three of you.
Yeah, Larimar's like very like surreptitiously like.
Yeah. She Kramer slides up next to Larimar and is like, you. And then
I got picked for something on purpose.
and then she'll go to Myrtle and be like, hey Myrtle, is your shell feeling okay?
Hey, it's just I put a little seaweed on it. It should be fine. But I think since Ophelia's kind of snoozing, she did fight a lot last time.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we just invite somebody very strong? I don't know. We'll just pick a random looking thing. You. And then yes.
Handsome oily lad in the loincloth.
Handsome oily lad.
Pick the oily lad.
Yes, please.
Listen, last time I almost, and I don't want to do that again. I may be old, but I don't want to die just yet. I have a lot of people to cook for.
That's fair.
So you're going to join us, whether you like it or not.
Come on, Brutus.
Brutus like looks over at the captain, who I assume is still like walking around on deck, and just like death glare and just like waiting. Like, does he get a look back? Like, do I have to do this?
Yeah, she kind of like gives you the look of, everybody has to pull babysitter duty occasionally. And to the four of you, see Thadok if you need any sort of provisions for the excursion. And do be back by nightfall.
Okay.
Brutus is gonna put his spear back on his back and kind of grumbling, like walk towards the back of the group and just wait for them to go wherever. He's just the meat shield. He's just here to punch shit.
I'm so glad you're here, Brutus.
So a couple of things. Thadok is basically an alchemist. In this part of the world, no one really uses potions. So potion-like effects are accomplished through other means, maybe a powder, maybe a paste that you chew, or something. Maybe it's something that you smear on your cream. Good night, Trogor. I love you too. He's very sweet. And for Brutus, they give you a lung eel in case you need to go underwater, as well as the powder needed to expurge it so that it doesn't lay eggs in your lungs. But it'll allow you to breathe underwater as long as it's in them.
Sorry, I like tuned out for a little bit of that, and I came back and so it doesn't lay eggs in you, and I was like, wait, what?
So the alchemist on board gives you a lung eel that will allow you to breathe underwater, as well as the powder necessary to take into your lungs to expel it before it lays the eggs. Otherwise, it will lay eggs in your lungs after a week.
And that's bad, right?
Yeah, Brutus has used this before. You've seen crew members not take the powder. It's terrible. It's like Aliens, but it's like that Temple of Doom scene mixed with that one scene in Alien.
That sounds like fun.
Eel eggs fit in the typical humanoid lung?
Dozens.
Oh fuck yeah! What's their gestation period?
How's that?
What's their gestation period?
Their gestation period is about 3 weeks.
Oh, fuck yeah. No reason. I just gotta write some stuff down for my own campaign.
Just curious.
Just
Asking for a
curious.
friend.
Asking for the Tales from the Mist screen.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I'm going to shamelessly rip you off
That's
yet
fine.
again.
I think I'd probably rip that off from someone else, so that's perfect. We'll just keep the chain going.
Well, screw them. They should have put a watermark on it.
Absolutely. But like, for instance, that replaces a potion of water breathing. So if there's some kind of, if there's any sort of like potions that you would like, Thadoc's here to supply. Metagame, he's here for healing potions because you guys have 4 fighters and 2 arcane casters. So
yeah.
somebody's got to heal y'all. So
real fucked up, Jim. Thank you.
I think a healing potion might work.
So it's yes, potion is the nominative word.
Well, okay, yeah. Healing.
Ice.
Lots of healing
be
potions.
Paste.
Have anything that can make me really pissed off. Hit things
like,
harder.
like something like a potion of heroism.
Yeah.
Yes.
That works.
It gives you temp HP and D4. It gives like a bless spell plus D4.
Can we get like 50 of those for Meridel?
Not 50, but you can get like
Okay, 49. Fine.
But he's got like a 2 healing each if that's what you all want. He's got a ton of healing. He basically makes like 2 a day.
Ooh, love it.
And
I will take a potion of healing, please.
all right. And then
I would like one. I'll take 2 just in case.
Potion of Strunk, please.
Strunk.
I would also like a potion of healing. Thank you. Since I can breathe water anyway, so.
Yeah. So there are 3 potions of heroism, and as I said, there are enough for the 4 of you to have a couple of healing potions each.
Yeah, I'm already pretty heroic, so.
Nice.
Are you?
Can't relate, apparently.
First of all, who asked you, Josh? I don't deserve to be attacked in this manner.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. And so the other thing is because we've got some non-aquatic folks going with us, I need to know what all is Brutus bringing with him. Like you've got all manner of kind of gear you could bring. There's a bunch of stuff in the cargo hold that's useful. So basically, you can assume that there's access to most of like the equipment packs on ship, but it'll most of the time if you're swimming, you probably just bring the minimum you need. So
yeah, so probably just like whatever armor he normally uses. Chainmail, I guess, is fine. He's got a pretty good strength. And he's probably gonna ditch the traditional spear for a trident.
Okay.
And that'll be he'll just leave like bags and stuff, and then just carry like potion stash or something.
Okay. So the chainmail will help weigh you down, so you don't just like float, and you can actually swim more towards the. It's not that deep here, and the water is fairly clear. Although the murky waters of the swamp where you're headed are not nearly as clear as the waters of the bay. So whenever you're all ready, you can set out.
Yeah. Do we need anything else, guys? Do we? As leader of this expedition, I think that I should ask.
I have apple pies for the road.
Have you ever seen Treasure Planet?
Yes.
You know that opening scene wherever like the professor is like coming up onto the ship and he's got like 1,000 packs? That's Larimar. Larimar's in like the little safari hat. It's got like so 3 cute backpacks on.
Oh my God.
Just so ready. Little Panama Jack. Sunscreen across the nose.
I love it.
You are the dad at Disney World.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Absolutely. Socks and sandals, 100%.
Yeah.
It's got a sealed Ziploc bag in the packs with more socks in it, just in case.
Fanny pack and all.
Oh, fanny pack, 100%. That's where Larimar keeps like their material components. Yoop.
That's adorable, and I love it.
I know.
I stand.
Boom.
If anything happens to Larimar, it's Heroes Fallen now. Promise.
All right. So y'all, anything else for Calliope?
You know what? If I can't think of it, then she probably can't think of it. So,
Oh, whoa.
so I'm gonna say no.
Rip.
Although I'm pretty sure her wisdom is higher than mine. Famously, wisdom is my dump stat. But yeah.
All right.
So I'm ready to go.
All right. So y'all set out. Slagfunk basically gives you the rundown. And he's like, you're gonna round this outcrop here, beware the current right here, and he's giving you these intricate sort of like oceanic detail. This is
which she's down with totally.
You can use this, beware the undertow here, but you can use it kind of like that. It's we're between tides, all that kind of thing. And he's basically like, you can't miss it once you round a certain point in the outcropping. You should be able to see it. It shoots up in the air like 30, 40 feet. It's a giant geyser. So yeah, and that's it.
Weird. Well, we'll do our best. And are you coming with, or you staying here, Slagfunk?
No, I got to take Wyrus on a shakedown run, and he is indeed going to go on a side mission with Wyrus, as Wyrus is the new first mate.
Look for contraband.
Well, he's just sort
contraband?
of taking him on a shakedown, seeing what he's made of.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. I see what you mean now.
Yeah, I was like, where's this gonna go rob somebody? Okay. That's what I thought, but this makes more sense.
Yeah. It's so there you go. All right. Whenever y'all are ready.
All right. I say we head out. Are we kind of waiting to go when like we're more stealthy, or are we just like gonna head out there? I'm kind of asking my crew.
Josh? Are you asking is Josh or Calliope?
I'm gonna say Calliope. Yeah, I'm asking the crew.
How dare you assume that I'm not the pinnacle of stealth at all times?
Well, I'm not usually very stealthy, unless I want to be.
That was me as TK, not Larimar. Larimar's got 0 to stealth, but Larimar will be very enthusiastic about being stealthy. So no cast iron pans.
No.
What will we eat?
Well,
My
I mean,
pies.
yeah.
And my
Yeah.
takus.
How will you cook them?
Shouldn't be gone that long. You remember Captain said get back by nightfall. If you're that hungry, just eat some mollusks. They're all over the floor. Ocean.
They're already cooked.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll have a taco now if you don't think it'll hurt my tummy.
Yeah, she'll definitely give you one and be like, all right, it's nice and fresh. I'm just going to open it. And like the lambus bread from Lord of the Rings that it's like all wrapped in? It's kind of like that. And then like she opens it and it's another thing wrapped in the same thing, but just for presentation.
Oh, 2 wrappings. And Calliope continues to unwrap until she finds taco.
Taku.
Taku. Okay.
Are there tamales too?
Oh, there will be eventually.
Oh, heck yeah.
But not
I'm so ready.
Campaign goals.
My spirit is prepared.
I've got you.
I wish
I'm sorry, Jim. We're going to do the adventure.
Listen, no, it's fine. I think that this perfectly models probably how organized Calliope's expedition is.
Yeah.
The group
Like,
discusses snacks for a 30-minute excursion.
Yeah, she's like, guys, you don't understand, like the King's feasts. Back in the Graceland Shore, it was just the best. Oh, you guys, it was like this. It was kind of like a taco, but it was not taco. Sorry. Anyway, let's go.
You'll get it sometime.
Yeah,
I know.
At some point, you see, the captain, does the manager walk, swings by where we are,
Okay, we're
I'm
going.
busy.
and gives a stern look.
All right, Calliope throws herself overboard. Let's do this.
All right. So you set out swimming. It's not particularly choppy or rough seas, so there's no checks or anything needed. Brutus has been swimming for a long time, even if doesn't have fins and shit. So everybody's good. And indeed, it's about, it doesn't take more than about 15 minutes of swimming to get to this sort of break in the rocky outcropping. At this point, I'd like to everybody just remind me of your passive perceptions. And
14.
11.
11, 14.
It's 100% 11.
Okay.
You sure? Not 99%?
Oh boy. I wish I were less sure, but I'm positive that it's only an 11.
Myrtle, you spot a sea cave on the floor, like where the outcroppings are, like as it slopes down towards the sea floor. There is a small crack in that cliff face that you can spot. It doesn't appear as though anybody else has seen it. Maybe because the rest of y'all are just looking at this 40-foot like geyser. It's not even a geyser. It's like a wall of water. It's not like a spout. It's like a sheet of it has come up and is spraying across the entrance to this cove.
Okay.
But Myrtle notices these caves too.
Everybody stop. Her little crab eyes kind of go like, over there. That's where we need to go. A little voice inside of my head told me to. And also I could see it and it looks like we could just walk in. All right. And then she just kind of like darts like little crab legs. And by little I mean very big crab legs.
Mm-hmm.
And she
Yeah,
just
I was gonna say. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, Myrtle, what you're saying is we should check out the cave?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm down.
maybe it'll be a way.
Oh, I thought you just meant like for fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
maybe it will be a way in.
But it could also be fun.
It'll be fun.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Everybody ready?
Yeah, it's about 50 feet down, which will require an athletics check from Brutus. But other than that, it's a straight shot. The ocean floor here, there is a sparse vegetation. You see all kinds of just bottom feeders, little urchins and snails and things like that. Most of them don't have the sort of characteristic radial symmetry. They have either different number of limbs or misplaced somehow. They're still like brightly colored, vibrant, and skirting the line between vegetable and animal. What you got there?
Oh yeah.
Ooh, all right. Okay. So as Brutus goes down and attempts to to dive, maybe he got hit by like a wave or something. And we'll get to you. I don't know that it's going to do anything, but we'll see. There's I've sort of introduced a new condition that replaces prone. It's called disoriented. It's basically the same mechanics as prone. Melee, advantage to hit, disadvantage to hit at range. And you're otherwise like, it's difficult to move. So as Brutus kind of like goes down, you misjudge the dive or something, a wave or something. You're swimming fairly close to rocks. Gets you, and you can see Brutus sort of like lose control, and he clearly is like, doesn't know where up is and is sort of like swimming in a random direction. You're disoriented.
Okay.
So you're able to right yourself, or someone else can help you.
I mean, I'll swim over to help if.
I'm probably just like kicking up silt and just like just making this big dust cloud and not fun.
Yeah. Murking up the waters, as it were. But you're not otherwise in any danger. There's no enemies or anything.
Okay, cool.
I mean, if you can keep holding your breath, like I can lead you. And by the way, Calliope is saying this, but you probably don't hear it. Unless
we do have the eels, don't we?
Yeah, the eels.
Okay.
The eels. If you can breathe underwater, you can speak underwater. Cast spells underwater, all that other kind of stuff. If you speak Aquan, that's the best language for being understood underwater.
Gotta learn Aquan.
But primordial, and then there's some of the merfolk languages that you know enough of, Brutus, to communicate. That kind of.
He'd probably just like stop, just like after the moment of panic, he'd just like try to right himself just with his like head and eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I think if Larimar saw Brutus like kind of struggling, Larimar would like squeeze their eyes shut really close, like really tight, and then their orbs in their hair would start to glow as they cast shape water
Oh yeah.
to just kind of like
Nice.
I'll do it.
make a bubble around him so the air like around it can like push him back up to the surface.
Yeah. It'll help stabilize him certainly.
Yeah.
You can swim where you like from there. So Brutus is down towards the bottom, no longer disoriented. The rest of you, or wherever it is that you want to be in this space here, as you got closer to this sea cave, you can see that there's something moving down there. It looks like some sort of crustacean, but the outer shell of it is rust colored and with glints of metallic coming off, as well as like barnacles and other kinds of things. It's about the size of I don't know what you call it, about the size of a big pig, just sort of like snuffling around and looking for something in the sill. Otherwise ignoring y'all.
Myrtle, do you speak crab?
I do.
Okay.
I think I do.
I'm not being racist or anything, but maybe you could go talk to that crab.
Yeah, I could do that. And she approaches it and just starts speaking Aquan.
Okay. That's crab. Yeah.
And it's it as you approach it, like maybe an insight check.
Sure.
Yeah. Or if like even what your passive insight is even.
My passive insight is 12.
Yeah, as you approach it, it looks less and less like it has anything more than like an animal intelligence. You can attempt it, but it's unlikely that it can speak.
She approaches it and notices this. Like,
it's definitely like a pig-sized lobster that has a bunch of metal stuck to its shell.
just like weeps and then offers like a slice of apple pie.
It ignores the apple pie.
I put it back in my pocket.
Were it only a mammal, I could talk to it, but it ain't. Okay, so
there is movement coming from the sea caves as well. Those of you who are down here can see it.
I'm gonna try to get closer.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get closer.
Okay. You get in closer.
Okay, one thing I am gonna do. I'm not an idiot. I'm gonna use my new spell. I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself.
Nice.
And voila, I have cast it. And my AC bumps to 15, I guess? Yeah, 13 plus. Okay, now I'm ready to cautiously approach and see what's going on. By the way, Jim, I'm going to roll my d20, see if there's a wild surge. I did the opposite. I rolled a critical, so I'm fine.
Cool.
As Calliope is swimming up, I assume like stealthily or whatever, Brutus is just gonna kind of tail and just make sure that he's within range if something dives in and shit hits the fan, basically.
Gotcha. So in that case, especially the two of you. Although, where's Larimar at during all this? Because I think Myrtle's kind of close to the action. Calliope and Bruce.
The action. Why did you call it that?
No reason.
Now I'm nervous.
Really
Yeah, I think that. Okay, Jim. Okay. No, it's fine. I don't mind. I think Larimar like swam a little bit like further and then basically tried to get towards the mouth of the cave. Larimar's not really sure what's going on, so I think that they would try to stay as close to like Myrtle, who's big and scary, as possible.
Okay. Cool. So it sounds like everybody's sort of up there. In that case, you can see this lobster thing. It's now seems to be making its way up the rock face to try to go somewhere else because there's a bunch of weirdos standing around looking at it. But that movement from inside the sea cave, it sort of grows in invisibility. Invisibility. It's 2 words. And you can see that they are 2 salamander-like creatures, sort of pale, with a jelly-like texture on their skin. It seems like the slime or some kind of sludge, maybe. They are not as large as the lobster, but they've got like sort of webbed hands and claws and mouths full of sharp teeth. They appear to be putting on some sort of, like pulling out their frills and shaking their fins and things like that to impress you and hopefully scare you away.
I'm going to cast Minor Illusion to give myself a frill.
Okay.
Just it's just like I'm just gonna do like a weird like little like in place swim dance thing.
Yeah.
I'm a sea otter. I assume I can. Actually, I have acrobatics, so I assume I'm really good at doing.
Oh, I mean, you're an entertainer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay.
Backflips out of the water in the air, that kind of thing.
All right. So you engage in a territorial display of aggression with 2 tidal scavengers. Anybody else joining in? I'm sending y'all a picture of what these look like.
I'm just curious. Has Brutus seen these before? Does he know what they are?
Yeah, these are vermin. These things are like they're trash monsters.
Would he know if this is a mating ritual or a scare you away?
This is their home. They want to scare you.
Okay. I was really hoping he was trying to mate. Yeah.
Oh no, I do. They might be. That is an option on some of these creatures. But
Calliope is not immediately discouraged by that fact.
Yeah, that's that's what it is. They're trying to scare you away.
Okay.
Brutus just taps Calliope on the shoulder.
Okay. All right. Should we smash? Should we smash? Should we some pass?
They're not going to let you in. If you want to explore that cave, you are going to have to either scare them off, drive them off, or engage in fisticuffs. This is D&D.
That's true. I keep forgetting.
You can play the game however you like.
We can't be friends with everybody, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of makes the like food motion.
Yeah, I mean they upset the. They give some heartburn. It's not a pleasant day afterwards.
Gonna...
Fairly tasty.
Hello. Do you mind if we come into this cave? Into the cave?
One of them shoots a jet, something in the water. It's heavier than the water. You can sort of like see it arc and begin to float down. It sort of covers this fan of it. It doesn't hit you, but it is definitely like a do not come closer kind of thing. Like the orifice is on its back.
So does it seem like they understand me then? Like
it
that they,
like
or
they
is it that just
they seem like semi-intelligent. They're not responding to like your language, but they seem like a dog, right? Like a trained.
Okay.
Yeah, I Calliope is growing impatient, which is maybe the only time when she's going to be mean to someone.
Okay.
She's in her final attempt to get them to go away on their own. She is going to cast Calliope's Effulgent Airburst or Firecracker spell right behind them. Like
okay.
So like a crackling. I guess it'd be kind of like depth charges. It looked like little mini depth charges.
Sure, like little air bursts and bubbles and things.
Yeah.
I mean, sound carries underwater as well. So
definitely. Yeah, it is thunder damage, so it's still loud.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I do that. I'm trying to avoid them, so I don't think they need to make a save.
Okay.
It's just loud.
Right. All right. Let's see. They one of them bolts out of the that's what they look like. I put it in the backstage, but I don't.
Dang, I'm hungry.
Let's see. That's from the Cerulean Seas bestiary, which is really cool. And one of them bolts. The other one actually charges Calliope. We are in initiative, and it is basically because it's initiating. It's going to be basically making.
This is scary.
Anybody else taking a fast action? By the way, Matt, we do Shadow of the Demon Lord initiative. Sure. Okay.
I mean, I've heard you
It's like,
ask for
I've
fast
seen-
but I don't understand it at all.
Gotcha. All right. So that's that good to know. So basically, a fast action, or rather, I use action. Probably should start using the word turn. Is you want to do one thing. It doesn't matter what that one thing is. Make one attack, cast one spell, move as far as you can. All you want to do is move. We decided that's the fast. That's it. If you want to do two things, that's a slow.
Okay.
So if you want to move and attack, move and cast, whatever it is you would normally do in D&D, that's a slow.
Multi-attack
Multi-attack
is a slow. Okay.
Yeah. So order of initiative is always player fast turns, DM fast turns, player slow turns, DM slow turns, unless I have like an ability that lets me bypass all that.
Got it.
And that's about it. So right now, all you have to do is declare, do you want to do one thing or more than one thing?
Can I do a fast action and get in front of Calliope real quick and kind of like body block?
Yep.
Hell yeah. All right, let me roll for body block.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an athletics.
And I'll be doing a slow turn.
Slow.
I mean,
Okay.
What's athletics?
Yeah, I would say athletics, or certainly strength. Strength athletics, unless you're trying to do something else. Like
Well,
race. What do you think?
12.
Oh, 12. I'll let you know what he gets after that, but it's not particularly strong. Anybody else fast turns?
I think Larimar would try to cast a spell just because it's like, oh, this is a fight. Oh, we're fighting. And then Larimar would cast Shape Water again, but essentially doing the same thing that they did with Brutus and taking all the water surrounding one salamander and pulling it away from them so that they drop.
All right. And what's your spell save DC?
I don't think I have one for Shape Water because it's just.
What would it be if it happened?
Oh, if it 12.
Okay. And then Brutus, are you doing? You got it fast or slow?
So that thing that Myrtle did, the like body blocking, was that an ability that you did, or like were you just saying I'm just gonna stand in front of Calliope?
I'm just going to treat it as, we're dealing with like 3-dimensional movement here because everybody's in the water. We're playing fast. We're playing like with extreme theater of mind rules.
Right.
So everybody's kind of in the melee with it. And I'm basically saying instead of attacking Calliope, I will make an attack against Myrtle because it's all kind of happening at once.
Okay, then I'll just do the same thing for Larimar. Just go up there and body block.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Make sure nothing.
I would like to
Teamwork.
cower as a free action.
Absolutely.
Can
I'm
I
gonna
draw
talk as a
my
free action.
spear as a free action?
Yeah.
Cool.
And so Larimar, you were using the shape water against the one that was fleeing.
Yeah.
That one is disoriented momentarily as the water vacates around it.
Okay.
Myrtle, you successfully were able to interpose yourself between Calliope and the one that's attacking, and it is going to attack Myrtle instead of Calliope. And
At me, bruh.
I rolled a 3, and its bonus to hit is not enough to get AC 17, and so its wet, slimy little claw bounces off your armored shell. You're in melee with it. The other one is basically floundering in the water as it attempted to flee. Slow turns, Calliope.
I'm still working on my spell list. I don't have a ton other than burning a spell slot that I can do against the one in melee.
You haven't picked all your spells yet?
No, I have. It's just like I have an area of effect cantrip, and then I have a. I mean, I guess technically, like if it was on a grid, I could like place it so that it hits the thing, but not.
Tell me what you want to do with it. Like you're using your airburst.
I was gonna use my airburst again and just like hit right behind it.
Yeah, that's perfectly. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, give me a con save. AC 13.
Sure. So one thing to think about, like if you're just sort of thinking in terms of the grid, a normal character has what 8 potential enemies you have to worry about, 9, something like if you're in the square, there's what 9. I don't know. I'm terrible at math. 8 of them.
8, yeah.
Jim. God. All right. Don't gonna beat myself up. if you're in a underwater, it's something like 27.
Yeah.
Like the number of ways that you could be surrounded or whatever is much more. Because,
Nuts.
Yeah, it's 3 cubed less 1 because you're in one of the squares.
Thank you very much. 17 is what I rolled for.
Okay.
Save.
Well then it's just 4th of July under here.
Okay.
That's what's going on. And then for my move action, I'm going to just I'm keeping a swim away from everybody, but within range.
Keep distance. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Top second round. I am making a single attack, so I've got a fast turn for myself. Anybody else taking a fast turn?
I'll take a fast.
All right. Glappy.
Yep. Another con save as the depth charge bursts go off, and then they keep going off.
Okay.
I'm just boiling the water almost.
All right. And how about Myrtle and Larimar?
Myrtle's just gonna do one quick attack with her hand axe.
And then Larimar, you got a fast or slow?
Larimar is gonna keep directing this shape water spell and try and keep this other or salamander out of the fight as long as possible. Just oh, it's working. Oh, it's working.
All right. And here we go. Okay, so you're keeping that up. Go ahead and make an attack roll, Myrtle, and I will make that save for
13.
Another 17. 13 hits that one. And it sort of as you're hitting it, you see its back kind of bulge again, and it lets out another spray of that clear jelly stuff in the water. And give me your damage and then make a Constitution save.
5 damage and 15 con.
Okay, 15 is going to save, in which case you are not poisoned. And let's see, I don't think it does anything else. Yeah, it does do anything. It's more like a grease type effect for the water, which you have managed to evade. It did 5 damage to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was everybody for the fast turns. So it's time for some slows. I think that's Brutus. Just Brutus.
Did the monsters not have any fast?
One of them did, and it didn't hit with its attack.
Oh.
The other one is still disoriented in the air pocket.
Okay.
Although you can see it secreting something out onto its skin.
No, what did you do?
No.
You made it secrete.
And then, what's
Nobody's ever complained before, but I guess it's the first time for everything. I'm sorry.
Kinky question mark?
You missed.
Oh, like the whole campaign, yeah.
Okay, is there one in front of me that I can just...
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna stab that one twice with this trident.
Definitely, go for it.
Oh god, that's awful. Okay, I have to do math in my head.
13 is the AC.
Oh, hell no then. GG boys, that's my turn.
All right. The epic battle. I love D&D. The epic battle continues. Top of round 3, fast actions. The battle between this tidal scavenger and these two brutes continues. And yeah.
On 4 or above, Calliope loses her patience.
Right.
Nope, she's fine.
Okay.
I was gonna burn a spell slot, but no.
All
right. Same thing again. Gonna do another burst of thunderous, fireworky goodness.
All right. What do you got?
So
you're doing that. Anybody else taking a fast turn?
I'm gonna attack it with my claw.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep playing the good old oldies and it's just like.
And how about for Brutus?
Probably gonna do a multi-attack again.
Okay.
How many are left?
There's one that's wounded and one that was trying to get away that's been just disoriented. It seems as though these are the only two, but like nothing else has come out of the sea cave.
Okay.
We're just toying with them at this
You know
point.
that they're not particularly tough, but they are like slippery. No pun intended.
From the excretions, right?
Yes, from the excretions, from the ectoplasmic excretions. Calliope. What you got? Oh, you're trying to do the air burst, yes?
Oh, yeah. Give me another con save. Yeah.
Okay. And your DC again?
13.
13. This time it does not roll.
Yeah. Okay.
I got two.
And this time I rolled max damage. 6 thunder.
All right. Okay. This one is blast goes off behind it, and between that and Myrtle's hit, it looks pretty wounded, and does not seem like it has much fight left in it. Anybody else with fast turn?
Is there one that I can reach on my turn with a slow, or have they both? Okay, then I'll take a slow.
Okay. Yeah. There's a way. Yeah, you can get the one
I
that's.
think it did do a fast action.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. I had a 13. No, a 12.
12 misses, but
Okay.
yeah, so close. And
Okay.
Larimar is continuing to shape the water. It is going to go, and then it will be Bruce's turn. Although you know what? I feel like this one's going to try to bug out. And
Yeah, that's what I was hoping.
yeah, it's going to bug out. Myrtle, you can get an attack opportunity if you like, as it dashes away as fast as it can.
Nah.
All right.
We outnumbered it. It just needs to go away.
And there's then the one that is in the air pocket. Brutus, you're up.
Taking two pot shots at it. Yeah, that's
Gonna
gonna
get us
hit.
a meal out of this.
It's like a 24 and like a 21. I think.
Yeah, it's like a front-loading washer where you just see like
So 5 and 3, I think, is what his strength is. So 8 and 5, 13 points of damage total.
Oh yeah, now you skewer it right through, and there's a scrawny little salamander monster thing on the end of your trident.
Like grabs it by the scruff of the neck and just yanks it off, and holds it out for whoever wants to take it for dinner, and just.
oh, Larimar's like, no, no, thank you. Mm-mm-mm.
No, I'll try to eat it. But
Oh.
no.
Larimar gags a little. Stuff. Oh.
Myrtle takes out a little bag, like an equivalent of a plastic bag, and just puts it in there.
Kind of drops it in there.
Certainly. They, I mean, you know that there's all kinds of things you can do with these. So you take it and save it for later. Then,
Jim, I have a thing to say.
yeah.
In post-apocalyptic settings, I've always thought that there should be more pins in plastic bags lying around, since like plastic takes so long to decompose.
Yeah.
So that like maybe if this is technically like post-apocalyptic, there might be like plastic bags.
I mean, you can assume, like, we haven't gotten a lot into like what the place looks like, but the ocean floor around here is as much debris and trash as it is like rock. Particularly because this land used to be terrestrial. It's sunk fairly recently. So
okay.
all over the place, there's a lot of just evidence of it once having been part of the surface, with all kinds of with all tinted just sort of debris and trash.
Yeah, that was just anecdotal. I just thought that was interesting.
Certainly. Cool.
All right, cave.
Cave seems to be clear now.
Cave, everybody.
Myrtle kind of just walks in,
Mhm.
you know, very carefully, eyeing everything.
So who all has dark vision? Or does anybody, rather, I guess the same question, like, does anybody need a light source or anything like that?
Let me see.
I don't have dark vision.
I do have dark vision for 120 feet.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of my invocations.
yes.
I thought I did, but I don't see it.
Yeah. So I have dark vision, but I have devil's sight, so I can see in magical darkness as well.
Okay, that's good then. Which would also include like murk and sort of like inky water, things like that.
Yeah, I figured made sense to give them that as an invocation since they're from the deep sea.
So in that case, as part of your provisions, you could have taken something like a drift globe, or more likely something like bioluminescent in a glass jar, sort of like a jelly or something like that.
Does our alchemist have something that makes your hand into like a flashlight, so you can just kind of like do
It's
that?
It's got like a bioluminescent paste.
Oh, that's nice.
It would light up. It'd light up about like a torch, I guess.
Yeah. Larimar's orbs on the end of their hair glow, but I don't think they glow enough to be a torch. So more like an anglerfish.
Yeah. You could read by it if you needed to.
Yeah.
So in that case, there's artificial light then that you have with you. Light spells would work, obviously, but clearly flame is a no-go. In that case, you enter in, and the entrance to this this cave, it looks like a typical animal lair. There's bones scattered about. There's nothing that looks like it's evidence of any intelligence creatures that lived here. But you can see that the tunnel kind of like corkscrew spirals, sort of up and around, and whether or not it splits off, you can't tell. But just like looking at both the entrance to it and as far into the tunnel as you can see, looks like it goes quite a ways way into the outcropping.
I miss being a sea otter. This would have been so much easier. Does anyone see any sea otter pelts around here?
Are you looking?
I don't.
No. Okay. What about you, Brutus?
He'll take just a cursory glance around.
No, silly. I mean, like on the ship.
Oh, would he have seen any sea otter pelts?
The only sea otters are techno otters, and they're real assholes.
Oh yeah. Oh, he just gives you. Mm.
Yeah.
Techno otters.
Yeah, techno otters. They
don't even elaborate.
Right. Just leave it at that.
Yeah.
It's just like, did I stutter?
It's like the thing in my mind is just really good. So
much more magical than actually explaining it.
Yeah, I'm actually
that's about all I know about them. They're techno.
The dolphin from Johnny Mnemonic, but it's an otter. That's what I'm thinking of.
They're they're called dolphins. I'm serious. You guys don't even know how crazy this one.
My thing is, you actually made them like in advance, and it came out in game, and you were just like, that's
what it is. There, it's on the map. You
sure did. Sure didn't just make it up.
It's
written down right here.
So that's about the closest lead that maybe you would add. But if you guys are like looking in the cave, then you guys poke around the cave if you want.
I would love to poke around in the cave. Are the caves big enough to require 120 feet of dark vision?
Easily. Yeah. Even past this first one.
Larimar's so excited. Larimar's like, oh, what do you think we'll find?
That is a good question. What do you want to find? What are you hoping to find?
Larimar thinks about this like really hard, and then it's like too difficult to explain. Treasure.
Okay. Yeah, that's better. I want to know, but you're right. That's better.
What can I see just looking around?
Actually, further back, you can see evidence of architecture and worked.
Whoa.
Oh, heck yeah! I wanna go touch things.
Yeah, it's about
with my fingies.
It's about 40 feet back, a couple of like curves and spirals in.
Yes.
You can tell somebody's taken like dead coral and made bricks out of it, and there was a barrier here that's been broken in and crushed over and everything.
Gosh, I'm so excited. Yeah, Larimar is going to immediately go over there, just like, what is this? I have to touch it with my hands.
So there, Larimar enters into a series of rooms, all of them submerged. A couple of them have like little air pockets at the top, but it's barely enough for your whole head to fit in. And you could, all around are scattered various stone objects that, they look like merfolk objects that you would have in a house or a settlement of some kind. There's multiple rooms with, like giant amphora for storing things, different, stone furniture and the like. But it looks as though it's been ransacked, and there's evidence of like violence and things like that. You see like score marks along the walls and the like.
Does this look fresh?
Looks fairly old. It doesn't look like it just happened.
Okay.
Like pre-sinking or post-sinking?
Post-sinking.
Post-sinking.
Yeah, definitely post-sinking.
Spooky. Do I see any like evidence of like more salamanders? Like, didn't one salamander just like run out of here? Did he go into the cave, or did he?
No, it was trying to swim out into the open ocean.
Okay, well, enjoy your life.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like there's just a lot of trash and debris on the floor. Most of it is covered over with a fine layer of silt.
I love trash and debris.
But the caves continue on. You could continue. You find like where they exit out of this series of maybe a dozen or so chambers that are clearly living quarters of settlement.
I think at that point that Larimar would swim back.
Okay.
And say, there's so much here.
Mm-hmm. It's actually really cool, but
there's so many rooms.
Oh, what's over there? And then Calliope points towards the darkness.
What if Larimar glances towards the darkness? What's in the darkness?
Larimar glances towards the darkness, and you can, adjusting your eyes for a moment, you see more twists and turns of the tunnels, and it looks like they start branching off.
More tunnels.
But you can also see a pair of pale yellow eyes staring back at you.
Oh, and something spooky.
Something spooky like what? Should we go investigate?
Oh. Larimar is visibly uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Make me a wisdom save, Larimar.
Oh, I hate it.
Oh,
no.
Oh God. Oh.
it's okay. Level 2 Aboleth.
Roll for
Okay,
initiative.
so I rolled a 15. Let me see what my saving throws are for wisdom. I get a +3 for wisdom, so an 18.
Just like a tug of curiosity, but you're able to resist it. Like for a split second, you imagine yourself going off back there by yourself.
Oh yeah.
But
Now Larimar has a great old one for a pact. Does this feel like a telepathic urge?
Oh, definitely.
Larimar would hello, like inside.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm. Come closer. You can hear it speak in your mind.
I'm sorry, who is this?
Wrong number.
One waited long time for you.
Really?
Yes.
I don't. That seems. How did you know I was coming, though? I didn't even know I was coming here.
Our master sent us.
Oh, okay. Is it? You say our? Is it mine too? Is it someone I know?
You bear its mark.
Oh, it's okay. We should go. It'll be fun.
Leave the others.
Leave them? Oh.
Come here.
Oh, I don't know. I just. Look, give me some time to think it over, and maybe I'll circle back around to it. And then, like out loud, Larimar's like, "There's something spooky that talks in my head in that corner."
Oh, maybe we shouldn't go there.
It feels
right?
very big in my mind. What if we just didn't die today and just came back around some other time?
Yes, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, technically we're in someone else's house, so we should go. We should just go.
Ask it if it likes pie.
What? what if we just left some pie here, and maybe they come out, and if they want the pie, they want the pie, and if they don't, it's no big deal. Somebody else will get the pie.
Yeah, you're right. And she takes out the pie, puts it on the couch, the marble, not marble,
The fish couch.
the
Yeah.
fish couch,
Yeah.
and just like waves in the general direction because she can't see anything.
Mhm,
Yes. Larimar's just like as she's doing that, like has got their arm like hooked in her arm. It's just like, what if we should just go. We should
Yeah, let's do it. Bye. Please
blocking
don't
the
kill us
path.
next time we come by.
It's just but
Stay
next
hydrated.
time. Next time we'll
All right. So
It's only because Larimar rolled like an 18 that Larimar acted that way. If Larimar had like gotten a 14 or something, Larimar would be like, yeah, you're right. We should hang out with this guy. Let's go get murdered.
It's blocking the path, right?
How's that?
Is it blocking the path?
You never saw it. Y'all never saw
Oh,
anything.
okay.
Never saw any eyes. Never heard anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
just saw-
Larimar just had like a whole conversation. in
So
there.
like, yeah, it's just, yeah, they were just like floating there for
Mhm.
a couple seconds and
Yeah.
lost in thought.
Were
Yeah,
they
could-
big eyes?
Like I said, y'all never really saw them, but for Larimar,
But
they
for
were they seemed lamp-like.
okay.
Oh no, thank you.
Lamp-like. Okay. All right.
Not like enormous, but big. You know.
Mhm.
They distinctly angler about them.
Yeah, something like that.
Papa, can you hear me?
Let's move on then, Larimar. You can be okay. Let's
Oh, not down that tunnel. It's boring. That's a boring tunnel.
What was everybody else doing while Larimar was lost in thought?
I'm just you were on my arm, right? Linked up? Larimar?
Yeah, and I suspect that Larimar gesticulates even when like telepathically talking. So it's just like
I love it.
It is an unconscious thing that most people do.
yeah, it's just like even telepathically talking to someone. It's just like
Yeah, that's what Calliope would be doing. She would just be like studying you while you did that.
Okay.
Brutus is just like sitting in the middle of the group, waiting for the shit to hit the fan.
So then we're ready to move forward into the darkness then? No?
Or we could, or we could try to see maybe what if this wasn't where we were supposed to go.
What if this was a bad idea? Is that what you're saying, Anna?
Yeah.
what if stranger danger?
I mean,
Yeah.
we haven't checked out the giant wall of water.
Shall we
that's
inspect?
true.
I think we should.
All right. Well, all right then. So you swim out of the sea caves and
Sure.
make your way back towards the open ocean.
Yeah.
It's not that long it doesn't take that long to get to the wall of water. Maybe about another 15-minute swim or so. And as you approach, it's you can just tell by looking at it that it doesn't, like, if this were pulling in water from the ocean, you would be caught up in the current of it right now, and that it's bringing in water from somewhere else.
Well, that's why the sea levels are rising. Damn it!
Certainly.
Not the polar ice caps. It's this
It's
damn
horrible.
wall of water.
Water, jeez. See, Grant, you can't flood my setting. It's already flooded. Anyway.
The salt.
Yeah, so it's clearly seems to be like extraplanar.
So, like it's coming from somewhere else, or is it magical in nature?
Well, I mean, it's clearly magical in nature. I mean, but yes to both of those. Is it a spell? Like you'd have to get close and probably investigate to really tell. At this distance, you know, it's churning up the water enough that you can't really see what's in the water. You could attempt to approach from below and get a better view that way if you'd like, or any other sort of you know, option that you'd like.
I mean, I'm curious enough to do it. Yeah, let's just get a little closer underwater and see what we see.
Okay.
Because, like, you know, I'm thinking, like, if this thing is here, it's not necessarily like to stop everybody, just to stop ships, I kind of assume, but maybe I'm wrong.
So yeah, there's a let's see. So the seafloor here has a lot of vegetation on it, and in fact, the further into the Lotus Cove you get, the denser the vegetation becomes. Right now, it's enough for you to kind of hide yourselves in if you swim along the very bottom, and that's probably about the best chances that you have for a stealthy approach right now. Do you like that?
Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
Okay.
Even for the sake of just to sneak, because sometimes sneaking is fun.
Okay. Are you going by yourself, or you as everybody going?
I would join.
Okay.
I would just stay with. I assume Larimar's coming too. So I would just like stay with the majority of the people, like the squishies at least.
Cool.
Stay with the squishies.
Right.
All right. Okay, so let's have some stealth rolls then, and we'll do group check rules. So as long as half of you pass, the whole group passes.
Nice.
17.
20.
20.
Nice.
What are we rolling for? It sounds like it doesn't matter, but what is it?
Stealth. Y'all are trying to approach the geyser from the seafloor using the vegetation.
Well, good thing two of you rolled so well.
I got an 18 as well. So that's
okay.
3 of
Oh
us.
yeah, we're set.
I got a 2.
Yeah.
Somebody hold their hand. They can just kind of.
You proud of me now, Dad?
And as you get closer, you can actually see that there are 2 what appear to be Tritons, except instead of like the traditional sort of green or light blue skin tones that they have, these have like a brilliant sort of almost sapphire a hue to their skin. They look like maybe even water ganassi Tritons, as they have sort of extraplanar features, and they are riding golden scaled hippocampi, which are basically like giant seahorses that they're on. There's 2 of them that are circling this disc, or it's not disc, like oblong shaped whirlpool that's about 10 feet under the surface that is spewing out all of this water.
So the whirlpool is, you know, wherever 10 feet under, and it's creating a really long. Okay. And it's going up above the surface of the water.
Correct.
Okay.
About 40 feet above the surface of the water, covering enough of the entrance to the cove that you couldn't bring the ship in. You could swim around it. There's enough room to sort of swim around it without getting in. And they seem to be on a clear like patrol and guard, sort of swimming in that kind of pattern. They've got some sort of heraldry or livery or something on their like symbols on their tabards. Like they are sea knights, for better, for lack of a better word.
That is the coolest thing ever. I just love that. I also think that they probably wouldn't want us hanging around.
They're beautiful though.
Yeah, they really are.
But they look very stabby. Do you think they might like apple pie? You can always bribe people with apple pie.
You can't. How many apple pies did you bring?
3.
Okay.
Now I just have 2 left.
I have 2 left. Okay. Well, there's 2 of them, but yeah. Okay, what are we thinking?
Jim, do I have any sort of knowledge of who they might be, or like the symbols on their armor? Like what kind of...
I mean, you all know that planar visitors here are fairly common. Most of the denizens of the plane of water are, if not friendly, then they're not monsters usually. So you know that much at least in terms of like these specific individual Tritons, unless you're proficient in Arcana. Anybody proficient in Arcana? It's okay.
No.
That's
Sorry, one
clearly
sec. Well, let me check.
A well-balanced crew we got here.
I sure am.
Wait, I was gonna say, do we have 2 Arcanists and no Arcana skill?
It's me, the wizard school graduate. That's not true. But I am proficient.
So maybe maybe Larimar has sort of heard of these people, if not had like maybe I don't know how much direct experience you've had with like your cousins across the plains, but Shazalarian Triton is what the book called them.
Yeah, I think Larimar would. Oh, wait a moment, and has like I assume Larimar, like most of the books that Larimar actually has on them is like travel guides. So they just like open one. They're just like, oh, these ones.
Yeah.
You really are the dad at Disney World, aren't you?
Sure am.
Yeah.
Thank you, son, for noticing me. I'll make you proud.
The book says they have a reputation for sort of these chivalric ideals. They tend to be in the company of planar lords or dignitaries, and
We're talking to my alley.
they're just sort of like they're seen as these sort of questing knights.
Well, if they're here, then they have a very good reason to be here, according to them. I mean, what's a good reason to do anything?
How
long do y'all stay and observe?
Calliope is considering approaching, but we'll do a rare but positive thing and look to her companions. Maybe just literally not even verbal, just like look at them and see what they say with their eyes about what she should immediately do after this.
Myrtle kind of strokes her non-existent chin with her claw.
I haven't tried to draw Myrtle yet, but I cannot wait. It's the wackiest thing.
Yeah,
It'll
seriously.
be beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait either.
What about you, Brutus?
Brutus has the most just wherever the wind takes me, I'm here because the captain said I had to be.
Literally,
yeah, if we get into a scrape, we get into a scrape. If we have to leave, that's that, and whatever. But y'all are party lead on this one. I'm just here for the muscle. So if you think it's a good idea, he's down for the fight if it comes to it.
I just feel like everyone that we've attempted civilized conversation with has tried to eat us so far. So
yeah, but those guys are kind of hot, and I want to talk to them.
I mean, they are really gorgeous.
Yeah,
they are. Well, how about this?
Celestially so.
Larimar, you said they were very chivalrous, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means they have manners, unlike those other creatures.
Well, this is fascinating because chivalry is actually like such a fluid concept. A lot of it's determined by the society you grow up in. So without really knowing what their idea of chivalry is, it could mean that they cook and eat us.
It doesn't seem that way. And Calliope heads out of hiding.
Oh, okay.
All right. She said to go, so let's go.
Yeah. I think Calliope would twirl through the water towards them, giving a wave.
All right. One of them approaches you with without weapons drawn or anything, and steers its mount towards you, and it's basically like, "Hold there, good denizen of these further realms, or realms of the further shore." Yes, and it's all knighty and Camelotish, but underwater.
Yeah, I'm actually from the Feywild, but yeah, thanks. Nice to see you.
Oh, very good then. Well, I'm afraid that we would ask that you please take your business elsewhere. We have an obligation in these waters and would not see innocents such as yourself harmed as we discharge our duties. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. But if you don't mind me asking, what kind of obligations? I also have apple pie, in case you guys want a snack. You guys have been working very hard.
Apple pie.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's homemade. None of that crap. You notice her face is like very like intense, like.
Yeah, you clearly like deep memory. It's been so long since I've had an apple. He does seem intrigued by an apple pie.
Apples are delicious.
Mhm.
At least where I'm from.
We are a scouting party for the Count of the Near Shore. He hunts the crake spawn in these waters, and we hope to find their nesting grounds.
Oh.
Oh, what are the crake spawn?
Every season, the Kraken comes in this cove and spawns its foul eggs in these waters. Soon, the crake spawn will hatch and make a mad dash for deeper waters, and we hope to catch as many of them as we can. And you see he's like amped up about this. Like, This is what he is here for.
So you're a hunting party then?
Indeed, a hunting party. The Territorial has decided to make this his top priority as the new ruler of these waters.
That's rad. Cobus Littoral.
It's
Yeah, I mean you can write it when you want to, Jim. I just like seeing it. Oh, cool. Okay, so that's really neat. I had no idea that actually that the Kraken was the thing. I thought it was just kind of something that people talked about.
Sorry.
You know, it exists, but you know.
No, of course not. If anybody else hears this, everybody's like, of course the Kraken exists. There's like too many of them.
Oh, there's more than one?
Well, there's a lot of
You made that joke first.
Krakens.
I refuse to feel bad.
It's Latin. I don't know what you guys are snickering about. It's Latin.
Grow up and play D&D, guys.
It means Count of the Shore.
There's some great
Yeah,
stuff.
okay.
Here is the thing, though. You know, I could see why maybe you'd be worried about like us getting in the way of hunting or it being dangerous. But we're also curious about some of the other people that are here.
Yes,
Are
there are
you
others here.
the only people that are here? No.
No, we've spotted some sort of large furry creatures that we've tracked them for several days and they disappeared in there, but figured that it was not worth the sport.
Large furry creatures. Were they on foot or did they come by boat?
They swam with an unnatural speed, it seemed, but they seemed as though they were making haste towards somewhere, like thieves or bandits, which is why we pursued them.
Interesting. Is this the only entrance into here? Into the cove?
I mean, unless you feel like using the jungle, which as if it were a laughable prospect.
Yeah. Why would you?
What a story, Mark.
Thank you.
So let's say we go back or kind of just hang around here. Are there certain things we should look out for that a Kraken might have? Like certain, I haven't seen one in all my. She like counts with her little claws and like her legs.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
He's
6.
got infinite patience.
Yeah,
Yes.
just and like also moves her little peg leg. That one.
I like
Many.
you tried counting 4 years.
The Kraken are legendaries, able to summon the mightiest storms and rip ships asunder. They can tidal waves and tsunamis, as well as breathe steam and turn the water to boiling. It just goes on and on.
I cannot wait to tell Christabel. She told me that they were real, and I didn't believe her. But they're real? Are you guys sure?
Indeed, yes.
Okay. Well, anyway, Could we possibly get by anyway?
And he kind of like looks. You could. There's a whole like at least 60 feet of water you could swim through. You have a vessel. I take it.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Ah,
We had business in the cove, and I was just curious.
well, the portal will not last for much longer. By sunset, it will disappear. Your vessel may pass unhindered. Rest assured, though, we mean no inconvenience. And if there is any way that we can assist so as to not delay you further, then we would be most pleased. In the name of the Comus Littoral, we are here to assist anyone as he rules over these new waters, and so on and so forth. You can see that he's, he's kind of a cop vibe about it.
Oh yeah. And I mean, she's used to all that. She's dated a couple heralds from other planes.
Sure.
They talk a lot.
At some point, other it looks like other companions of theirs swim up. These look like merfolk with sort of golden scales.
Oh, neat.
Would you guys like some apple pie? You guys are probably working very hard.
They're certainly working hard.
These are fresh. Here you go. Here's another one. I have 2 left.
Oh yeah, well I mean, if y'all are offering pie, then they're going to take a break. And they've got an imp with a water imp with them, which is sort of like in the water. It's very difficult to see. It's more like a shimmering outline. But if you're offering pie, then they seem like nice enough people. And
yeah, I offer all my pies.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
You glowing one, would you also like pie?
Oh, yeah, I love pie.
So, can I interject really quick?
Sure.
So our primary mission here was to get access to the cove.
Mm-hmm.
Were we under any particular time constraint other than getting back before sundown?
Not particularly. You've got
okay.
There's plenty of daylight left in the day.
Okay. Well, that's good to know that they're not like actively, because they've got this water, this geyser here to block the baby Kraken from escaping.
The geysers here is a consequence of the portal they used. They just it happens, and it's going to last as long as the portal is there.
Oh, got you. Okay.
But this is what they keep referring to it as a water tunnel, and its exit is somewhere in this ocean. It's not, this particular portal is not
Extraplanar.
It is more like a permanent, like dimension door kind of thing.
That's cool. Okay.
And so it's
a wormhole.
Yeah, it's a wormhole. It's a whirlpool wormhole, basically. And they are here to hunt the crake spawn. They were pursuing these creatures that they thought were bandits and the like, but they didn't want to mess with them.
Could you? Okay, these bandit-like creatures. Would you mind if I? Would you mind if I like? If I cast Dreamscape on you and like saw what's in your mind while you're thinking about them, so I can see what they look like.
Oh yeah, certainly. One of the golden merfolk, Apsar, they're called.
Apsar. Hi, Apsar.
Is this certainly up.
Okay, hold still. And do I have your consent? Yes.
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Dreamscape on Apsar, and again, Dreamscape is like all about like subconscious imagery appearing as an illusion. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, sort of like a thought bubble above their head.
Basically, yeah, that's the spell. It's like the thought bubble spell.
Sure. Yeah, you can see a group of what looks to be like 4 large otters. They're big, and they are vaguely anthropomorphic. Their hands are a bit more developed. Their walk is a bit more easier, like bipedal, as some in parts of the image. All of them kind of look like they were come out of like a 90s Liefeld cartoon.
Yeah. Right.
So they've got all bits of like, makeshift techno gear and cybernetics on them. They've got like little, like handheld sub things that like scuba divers and frogmen use that like help them fast. And one of them is carrying a very large bundle, out of the top of which you recognize your own pelt pattern that they have.
So Oh, like my pelt?
Yes,
Okay,
unmistakably your pelt.
unmistakably. Of course, I would know. Yeah, yeah. Okay. They had a pelt, and like she points to the illusion image.
Indeed, yes. We figured it was one of their own, the cannibal savages.
No, it's mine.
Oh,
Are
are you meaning to tell us that you are in distress?
I am absolutely in distress. That's why I came here. Is I was trying to find the people who
They
stole
put
my
down
pelt.
a pie and stand up. Well, they don't stand up. They swim to attention.
Yes. That's right. We should go find them because they stole my skin. I have to take this form until I can get my body back.
They're horrified. One of them, if they could, would get on it, would take a knee.
Yes, like, wow, that's real fucked up.
Like, just in the water.
Yeah, your skin.
Brutus did not realize this, and he is now like shifting slowly away from Calliope.
I don't know if I ever told anybody that.
Yeah. Larimar is similarly fascinated, but also kind of grossed out. Like, but Larimar's not really sure how a lot of like higher the drylanders and stuff skin works to begin with. So it's kind of like, is this normal? Is this a thing? Because I mean, Myrtle could probably take off her shell, right? I mean,
you've certainly molted several times, Myrtle.
Yeah, it's probably not weird, but it is fascinating. Ah, ew.
Yeah. No, I really want to be an otter again. So yeah, if you guys could help me, I would love to find this.
Yes, we can. We have to honor our primary obligation to our legion. But of course, if we are able to assist you in those endeavors, or perhaps by way of inadvertently assisting you, then we would be a happy accident that we would love to have happened.
Well then, and then she turns to her crew. Does anybody want to help me find my skin?
Yes. I want you to feel like yourself again, and whatever it is, I am here for it.
Okay.
Brutus is still thoroughly weirded out, but accepting enough.
Calliope looks at her sundial. What are we looking at? Do we think we're close to the cartoon sundial where it's just like near us?
Yeah, you would imagine that you've probably got another 5 hours left in the day, daylight. I mean, it's like I said, it's daylight here for a long time. And one of the merfolk has been scouting these channels through the swamp, and just basically, I mean, I can take you to where I last saw them. It's not far, but we will have to swim through the forest up ahead. She's referring to the kelp forest.
Is it dangerous?
Yes.
Let's do it.
You
She
guys ready?
stomps her peg leg on the floor.
Adventure! Quests! It's like being home.
Jim, just out of curiosity, would I know what the crate spawn are supposed to look like?
Yeah, they sort of are, mutant octopi when they're first born. They'll grow into enormous squid-like things, but some of them are like they've all been messed with by vivomancers and biomagic and things like that. So some of them are like giant sea serpents that have squid heads. Others of them are more fish-like than like an octopi or a squid. Crake is a very archaic name. It's sort of like no one's ever. Your grandmother called them that,
Yeah.
So it's that kind of thing. We don't use that term anymore. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, my bad. I didn't know. Shit.
Yes, exactly.
It's their courtly racism.
Right.
But they're a known thing, and it's like if at least in terms of like this part of the ocean that you're from, you've heard of spawnings like this where people and creatures are just going to show up in the hundreds to kill them, because if they go up, then they're going to be like holy terrors of the seas, something like tsunami, hurricane, and that kind of thing.
I gotcha.
You know, you got to keep that population under control. A little bit of controlled hunting. Yeah.
It's something like that.
You don't want too many Krakens. I am excited to go. What was the name of the guy who's helping us? The Merfolk man?
Oh, I need to roll up a name real quick. They're sort of like Apsar is what their people are called. They themselves. I'm going to pull up my Merfolk name generator.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't mean to gender them.
Here's a good one. Merpus.
Merpus?
That's
like
an amazing
Merpus.
name. Yes.
Fits.
1 or 2 S's, Jim. This is important.
Just the one.
Okay.
How many P's?
Just the one.
How many R's? Just out of curiosity.
Could have been Duff. I could have chosen Duff, but I did not.
Okay, Merpus is fine.
Merpus is it Sir Merpus or Dame Merpus or
The Merfolk have yet to earn their knighthood. They are.
oh no,
they're
Squire
monsters.
Merpus.
Squire Merpus.
Squire Merpus. I would die for Squire Merpus. I love him.
Protect me, Squire.
Merpus and the Minstrels.
Oh no.
This is so good. Maybe this is how I multi-class is I find Merpus the Bard to teach me the ways.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm on a roll tonight. I feel so sassy.
We've all been curious about Merfolk.
Have we?
And we refuse to just say, "Oh, it's eggs." It's not just eggs. There's got to be something more.
First off, there's some folk in the Bay of Iridescence who are known as messy spawners, right? Some crab people, some of the frog people, and you don't try not to stay downstream from. This is coming from I pulled this from the Cerulean Seas book where I got some of these races from, and it literally says messy spawners.
Is it okay to talk about this on Twitch? Like,
I think it's because it's fantasy, maybe.
It's innuendo.
I'm going
you're gonna
home.
get banned.
Bye, guys.
But I read this and then I decided that there had to be a fertility clinic, and yes, there is a fertility clinic in the Bay of Iridescence.
Hell yeah.
We can't show feet.
It's fine.
Not a problem with mermaids, though. So
not a problem with mermaids unless you use that one spell.
Oh, right.
But clearly, I have thought way too much about this.
you clearly.
The Ariel spell, yeah.
The late nights spent up at night.
No, guys.
Trogdor just screaming in the background.
Yeah.
I spent like a week drawing a merfolk, like a sexy merfolk. So I thought about it quite a bit.
I like how you said merfolk and then denoted sexy as though they weren't like inherently sexy just by virtue of being merfolk.
Because let's be honest, the mermaid is in, but like I listened to this one stand-up comic, I forgot her name, talking about how gross like an actual mermaid would be, and I just don't want to think about it. So I'm emphasizing sexy.
I feel like they're both sexy.
I mean, there was nothing necessarily erotic about what I was thinking about. It's more scientific.
Okay.
Right.
Listen.
Right.
Messy spawners.
Messy spawners.
Back on track. Yes.
So back to how Josh is a racist.
So the goal then is to swim up through the channels, navigate through the kelp forest, and the Merpus will take you to where she last saw these techno-otters, and hopefully from there help track down where Calliope's skin went and get back before nightfall. That sounds like a plan.
We got 5 hours.
It is 100% a plan.
All
I
right.
can do it.
So swimming through the kelp forest is basically visibility is limited to about 10 feet because of the density of the vegetation. And guess what? It also makes hunting for crake spawn. It's like really crake spawn eggs really tough.
That's a racist term, Jim. We don't use that word.
I don't know that it is, but maybe it is, because we've already established it as a fact of fiction, and I wouldn't want to retroactively change it. So
Well, you're the DM.
JK Rowling.
Thanks.
You pass by a group of these
The author is dead, Jim. Come on.
waddled, like sort of baleen pelican looking things, that appear to be drinking water, sort of filtering things out of it. There's a lot of like brightly colored birds that you can see flying sort of above the surface of the water. But most of that is all on land. And y'all are, in order to get through here, y'all are pretty much staying submerged, I'm assuming. Is there anything, like, do you pretty much just follow the merfolk's lead? Do you, same thing, how do you conduct yourselves here? Because otherwise they're going to take you straight to it.
I will follow cautiously. I don't want to be too suspicious of them, but a little bit, because this is how Myrtle survived her whole life.
Oh, yeah.
But also, she's very friendly and, you know, wants to accept everybody. But also definitely keeping my eye out on everything else around here.
Okay.
In case something jumps out and tries to bamboozle.
Yeah. There is, you skirt the edges of this kelp forest, both so that you don't get into like the really thick of it and get lost, but also so you don't get like nabbed by anything that might be living in there. And sort of like making your way up through the channels that are on the west side of this cove. It's not long before you can start hearing the distinct sounds of Brutus, what you would know is gunfire. And underneath the water it's sort of like muffled, but you can hear it coming from somewhere up ahead along the channel.
Pull out the trident.
Yeah.
Kind of have it ready as I'm slowly. I guess he's like a water buffalo. He would just dog paddle. That's how he swims.
Gotcha. You are passing by you're passing by what looks like a actually it looks like there's a sunken ship underneath you, which is not far from where you start hearing the gunfire. But otherwise, like your merfolk scout seems to ignore it. So Brutus has drawn a weapon. How about everybody else? There's a shipwreck nearby, sitting on the bottom of the channel. Gunshots from somewhere on land.
Oh, Larimar is spooked. How are the knights reacting?
They seem to be, cautious, but they're not planning on surfacing, and so it seems like they're planning on just swimming by, actually along the bottom.
Okay.
So if they were sort of like skimming the top, they're making a dive towards the bottom.
I think Larimar would sidle up to anybody looking particularly protective and like do whatever they're doing.
Okay.
Would Brutus know if the techno otters use firearms?
They do.
Okay. Then he would kind of tap Calliope on the shoulder and just.
Are there places where the forest reaches the surface, so she would have cover looking up?
Most of the banks of the rivers around here are swampland anyway, or at least wetlands. So there's these channels through it, but the vegetation, at least on land, is almost exclusively mangroves and like creepers and vines. And
plenty of coverage.
Plenty of cover. So if you swim towards the shore, you start getting into these like long, thin roots that dig down deep into the dirt. There's all sorts of vegetation that's growing up around it. And then there are these channels of murky water that cut in between all of that. So there's plenty of cover.
I mean, it's a shot in the dark. These things with guns are also the things that have the pelt. So she at least wants to put eyes on whatever's making the ruckus.
There's a splash in the water. Something large and metallic falls in. It's on the east bank.
Okay.
How far away from us?
Let's see where it is. It's only about 20 feet away from you. The water here is slow moving, so even though you're swimming basically upstream, the current is less than like 5 feet around. So it's not very difficult to swim upstream at all.
Okay.
But, you're as you want to be, or as close to the surface as you want to be. But something's fallen into the water.
Okay. Calliope's gonna dash over there.
Okay. It looks as though it's some sort of quadruped of some kind. Actually, I mean, Calliope knows what like hounds look like. There's hounds in the fable. It's like a metal dog. It's like a clockwork metal dog.
Like blink dogs, I think there's some in the fable. Something like that.
Does it look like a dog?
It looks like a canine. Like it, not like a dog, but it's like a metallic canine sort of automaton that has fallen into the water. It's got like holes in it and is not moving.
Oh no. Myrtle has never seen anything like this before, but she's very fond of it already. Very cute. And she's gonna dash towards it and maybe like inspect it and try to fill its holes with seaweed.
Okay. All right. So Myrtle's over there. Calliope was nearby as well, yeah?
Yeah.
It's so cute.
How about Larimar and Brutus?
Brutus is staying like back, but close enough to be protective.
Okay.
So just if anything, actually, he would probably get up closer to Calliope in case like something happened. Just immediately grab Calliope and pull him like back and down and out of the fray.
Okay.
Larimar is searching through their field guides, trying to figure out what this thing is.
Yes. This thing.
Can I do like an Arcana check? Or...
History.
History.
Is what this would be.
Haha! Also proficient in that.
Yeah.
I'm a nerd. 13 plus history is 4, so 17.
This is undoubtedly a clockwork hound, one of the many creations of the Archmage Autochthon, the one who abandoned biomancy for golem creation and clockwork construction.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, Larimar will like open up the field guide to that page and just this one.
Yeah. Often accompanied by huntsmen, and the sounds of continued battle from the shore would attest that there's more of these.
Did I roll high enough for there to be like a diagram or something in it to see like how they work or like?
Not so much
like
about they've got some of like sort of like what they do basically, but like as in terms of like what their internal structures like. Yeah.
Do I know if it's borked?
Possibly. Part of the reason why these metallic beings were preferable over flesh was that they're easily repaired. And,
okay. Well, Larimar will say that to Myrtle, seeing that Myrtle is distressed by this doggo, this metal doggo being. It's like, I'm not really sure how to fix it, but someone can.
Yeah, you certainly could. And like both Calliope and Myrtle looking at it, it's all kinds of gears and different sorts of mechanisms about it. Now, in general, the aquatic peoples of the Bay of Iridescence shun technology, if only because they see the world as having everything already provided for them by the ocean. And so technology is just one of those things with like, why would you? And also it tends to be powered by nasty things like either irradiating magic or the souls of devils, things like that. But I will leave your individual attitudes about it to yourself. It's more just FYI. Most people around here see mechanical things as with a bit of trepidation. But this is a role-playing game. You can do whatever the hell you want.
Really?
So yeah, it's clearly, and it's hot. Like as you approach it, if you're within 5 feet of it, it's not like damaging hot, but the water is noticeably hotter around it.
Yeah. Okay. Can I take it with me? Like if I touch it, will it burn my claws?
No.
Okay.
But it's quite big. I mean, it's like medium. It's pretty big.
I will try to maybe like tie it around me and do my best to not have it weigh me down.
Okay. All right. So you begin tying it around you. Anybody helping or anything like that?
Calliope's too busy trying to pop her head up and see what's going on.
Okay.
I have 8 strength, so Larimar's just like, well, I'm here in spirit. I support you emotionally.
Brutus will tie a rope to it and just carry it, like help carry it, but doesn't want it restricting him.
Okay.
So just gonna help with like hand strength.
Okay. Sure. And then for Calliope, are you attempting to be stealthy or anything, or are you just popping your head above? All right. Go ahead and give me that stealth roll.
Nine.
Yeah, right. So you pop your head above water, and you can see 5 otters with various firearms and technological equipment waddling around on the muddy banks of one of these rivers, sort of like hopping from tree to tree, doing like cover and suppress type fire against a rather tall looking metallic construct humanoid. It's got like a large pole arm. And it's attempted to use some kind of grapple or some kind, because a 6th otter is wrapped up in a metal cable.
Jim, first off, this is great. This is some Thunder the Barbarian shit. And I love Thunder the Barbarian. Second, I like,
they seem to be engaged with each other. They haven't noticed you.
Yeah. I mean, Calliope is like an otter that learned how to become an Eladrin. And so
sure.
like it was all very natural, the magic that she had.
Uh-huh.
She ever seen like a hybrid otter person before?
No. I mean, they don't look too far off of what you look like when you turn into a giant otter, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like
just with like bandoliers and shit.
Yeah, they got grenade rockets and like harpoon guns and things like that.
Okay. Do I see the pelt?
Yeah, one of the ones who's firing has the pelt.
Okay, I'm gonna try to sneak that way.
Okay. And roll. I think if you start sneaking off, then your scout, the merfolk scout, will come with you to at least assist you, so that you're not on your own. And yeah, okay.
Brutus is going to watch intently for when everything goes wrong. He's going to have sword and shield at the ready.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to use my Tides of Chaos as like something starts to happen. She starts to do something, and then just fairy dust magic, somehow subtly influences the situation. And things didn't get much better. I got an 11 on my stealth.
Okay.
And I have.
You would have had the help action. I feel like you have advantage on that because of the scout nearby.
Oh, well then I didn't have to use Tides of Chaos. No, I guess not. Okay, I didn't use Tides of Chaos.
I'm sorry I wasn't clear.
No.
She's coming with you to help you. Right? So you would have advantage on that.
Okay.
My bad. That's my bad. So yes.
No. That's okay. So I haven't used Tides of Chaos yet, although I'm curious to see that in action. 11. I mean, she might be too eager. She's just like crab walking right up to this guy. She's just gonna yoink it and then jump in the water.
Their attention is pretty much focused on this other creature, which it's like the next page over in Larimar's book is like, this is a huntsman, and they capture kind of thing. Like they're actually, the huntsman entry is like, stay away from these things.
Yeah, Larimar already closed the book. Was just like, well, I'm glad that's all the information we needed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
And so their attention's focused on it, and they're pretty intent on bringing it down. 11 is enough to sneak up on them.
Sleight of hand.
As you can see, Calliope climb out of the water to.
I am worried.
Like the balls on this chick. I mean, okay, that's not bad.
Ooh, I'm already stressed.
Okay, I am, because of it's such a crucial role. Now I'm going to use my Tides of Chaos unless I can get advantage on it. I don't know how she'd help with. I don't know how.
She doesn't even have legs. She can't get that far out of the water. Yeah, you're going to have to use Tides of Chaos.
Okay, 17 sleight of hand.
All right. And
sleight of hand's one of those. What?
What do you? How does the Tides of Chaos interact with that? Do you have to?
Well, so I can get advantage on a roll.
That's right. You get advantage, and then the next time you cast a spell, you roll on the table and then get Tides of Chaos back, right?
Yes.
We're going to assume that that's always the case, because otherwise, it's kind of. Yeah.
I'd never hit the table.
Sure.
Okay, so
17 for your sleight of hand, and your hand passes through the image of the bag with a pelt and turns into a pair of golden feline eyes with a brief scent of sort of cinnamon and frankincense, and an impulse to head further into the jungle.
What was in this pie?
What do you mean?
Okay,
Are
so
you allergic? Did you have allergies and you didn't tell me?
so the otter thing's pack itself.
It was like the last. It was so convenient, right? It was right there at the back, right? The last one, you pass through it. There's no otters behind you, and your hand just goes through. It becomes this clearly an illusion. You know illusions.
Oh yeah.
As it happens, you know it's.
So does the whole otter turn into this, or just the?
No, there's still 5 otters firing. There's very much gunfire. There's very much, and they are about to bring down this huntsman.
But the one he touched, it's
a real otter.
Okay, and it was just something on its back that was an illusion. Okay,
right. It doesn't have anything on its back other than like a bandolier and a combat webbing. You know, you're next to it though, and you're gonna have to make your stealth check at disadvantage because you are so close. At the moment, you are like, if temporarily using the facing rules, it's facing opposite you, so it doesn't know you're there. But you are really close to it.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna sneak back like cartoon style. Oh, Jim, I rolled a crit and then a 7, so 9.
9. All right.
And I already used my Tides of Chaos.
You managed to make it into the water before they spot you, and in a garbled, you hear this sort of like crackle of like an electronic speaker kind of that's like a crackle of it. You can't really tell what they're saying, but it's clear that the otters are communicating with each other, and 2 of them go to dive in to the canal where everybody now is back there. So this is all kind of happening at once. How about everybody else? Well, while Calliope was off over here trying to steal this, y'all had a few moments to kind of like either prepare yourselves or get ready. What were y'all doing?
So I know if Brutus sees Calliope come like running back and get in the water, and then 2 of them start to come up, he would, like, when they got maybe like halfway between the group and the water, he would like get out, sword in one hand and spear in the other, and just like scream top of his lungs, just like try to scare him away.
All right. You can give me an intimidate with advantage because you're basically like an attack from unseen.
Okay.
And how about Myrtle and Larimar?
Myrtle's now worried that Calliope might have been allergic to her apple pie, but while kind of still holding this doggo, she's just gonna take out her great axe and hope for the best.
Okay.
So I got a 21 intimidation.
Oh, nice. How about Larimar?
Oh, is this another fight? We've already fought today. Larimar is like cowering behind the knights, just kind of like seeing, like, are you guys gonna fight or?
There's just one of them, and she is gonna fight.
Oh no, okay, that's fine. I'll cower behind her. That's fine.
Yeah, she's got like a long trident.
Yeah, the Larimar will prepare to like throw spells from behind her.
Okay, there's plenty of cover on the bottom. Not far from here, you have your choice of a shipwreck or the bones of some sort of giant creature that can provide
both of those sound pretty spooky.
And otherwise, there's the murky waters of the mangrove, which you can hide as well. So we're not technically in combat because they're not firing on you. They don't, they're not doing anything. Two of them have jumped into the water and are making their way down towards where they think the hound is. And the other three, as Brutus sort of leaps out of the water and frightens them, are just like, they bolt, right? Like it's this sort of massive creature that jumps up out of the water all wet and glittering with his weapons, and they're already amped up from this fight that they were just in, and they take off into the mangrove. Two that are in the water don't know this though, and they are swimming towards the hound. They have their firearms out and actually put one away and taken out another, and are pointing them in Myrtle's general direction. And one of them is like adjusting a thing on his neck, and you eventually hear like, "That's our rightful prize. You got to step away from that. It's our rights to that kill. You can't take that away. Hunter's rights. Everybody saw it. Everybody saw it."
I didn't see anything. I just saw this on the ground. So finders keepers. Keepers.
No. We have a perfect arrangement with the crab people around.
Also,
here.
my germs, and I lick my claw and like I touch it.
She invoked the germs.
No, hold on a minute.
All right.
Can I ask you guys a question? Real quick? Hi, I'm Clypey. Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah, they don't quite realize now that they're outnumbered, but so yeah.
Well, Clypey's going to show palms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Has anybody seen like an animal pelt? Were you guys carrying any? Not a machine, like an animal, like a. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they exchanged some confused glances and like, listen, and they seem to be made uncomfortable by Calliope. And they're kind of just refer to everybody else. We don't know anything about that. We're hunting clockworks. I thought we had an arrangement. We don't mess with y'all in the water. Y'all don't mess with us outside of it. Like,
Okay, somebody stole my pelt, and I'm looking for it. And if you got it, I want it, and I'll trade for it or whatever. So you got it?
Would make me actually, they're outnumbered. You got the drop on them, and they seem to be surprised.
Can Brutus wade back into the water, like behind them at this point? Weapons still drawn.
Yeah.
Like a spooky shark.
Right.
Yeah, and this is our Brutus. Say hi.
Hi, Brutus.
I just like lift the Triton at him.
Yeah. Ooh. Well, listen, pelts. We don't want to. I'm not trying to spread rumors or anything like that, but if you head upstream to the rig, there's all kinds of otters there. Maybe another crew stole your fur or something. Like cold. I mean, we can get you something else to wear.
Is he like hiding something, or is he just kind of nervous from the situation?
I think he's kind of more nervous. He's surrounded. They were don't seem to be.
They haven't even recovered from their battle. They're
yeah.
They're strung out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because it's like maybe whatever mess with Calliope said just now messed with her head earlier. Like maybe the pelt isn't here. I was Josh talking.
Oh yes.
Okay. So.
Yeah, I mean, they're basically telling you it might have been some other technology. That's the impression that you get from them.
How far inland do you guys go?
I mean, the rigs just follow this channel, the main one. Don't get off on the sidetrack, and past the second kelp patch, and it's right there. You can't miss it.
Okay. Cool. I'll go try it out, I guess. Yes. I'm not in over my head.
But you know, I don't want to. Are we free to go? And yeah,
You can go. We're here for one thing, and it's not you.
situation diffused. Then they swim off begrudgingly. They would like they keep an eye on that hound, but
But there's
yeah,
more of us.
yeah, they swim up and sort of realize that their buddies have bolted, and they take their other prize and head off into the groves.
Okay. Okay, short team meeting. Do we think? I mean, do we want to go to like the otters' den, the rig, and like see what they have there? I mean, like I do.
We could. This is what we could do.
Okay.
So we'll kind of watch the area and then maybe sneak in and see what's around. And then once we've observed and collected said information, we can always come back with the rest of the crew.
Okay.
Brutus is gonna look at his sundial and then lick his finger in the water and just kind of tell how long we have until dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably got around another 2 hours before dark, and you've been traveling for a while. It's going to take you at least another hour to get out from where you are now, to swim back out of
Back
the
to the
big
ship.
forest, back to the ship, and everything like that. So you've got some time left, and Captain's, before evening means before she goes to bed. So there's wiggle room there.
Well, I mean, they might not be there forever, but they might be there for at least another day. We could sail past the portal and take the whole ship there.
It's true. Okay. Maybe we should go back and come with support.
The Tritons had said the portal will go down at about sundown.
Yeah.
So we could go up there tonight if we needed to.
Yeah.
I mean, what if they all have?
I mean, they probably all do have pew-pews, but it's, surely I wouldn't shoot an innocent girl and her giant crab and her giant water buffalo and her Larimar.
I mean, that makes a kind of sense. But maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay. Well, let it be a group decision then, because Calliope can't decide now. I.e., Josh can't decide now.
About whether to head inland or head back.
On the one hand, Larimar absolutely wants to get away from the ship because Larimar is terrified of actually admitting that they don't know what the hell they're doing. On the other hand, they don't want to get shot at. So I think this is the moment where self-preservation in the immediate sense takes over self-preservation in the long-term sense. And they're just like, we should go back, and then we'll get Wyrus. Wyrus loves hitting things. We'll get Ophelia. Ophelia loves hugging things. We'll get the chaps who love shooting the cannons.
Okay. Yeah. What about you, Brutus?
Mm.
All right. That's
Brutus
a good point.
has not said a word this entire trip. Just grunts and that one scream.
Yeah.
He just claps Calliope on the shoulder. Mm.
She almost falls over. She weighs 90 pounds and is not a water buffalo.
Right.
Brutal.
We can't all be perfect, Josh.
Well, I would love to be a water buffalo if that's what you mean.
That is indeed.
So, yeah, what do you think, Earl?
I think how much time did we have left?
Yeah, a little over 2 hours for till sunset.
And how long does it take to go back?
It's taken you so far about an hour to swim back, but you've also stopped and looked around, and it'd probably be faster going back than it was coming up this far.
Also with the current, in theory.
Yes, you'd also be, you would be fighting.
And as the crow flies, instead of our roundabout path that we've taken.
Yes, yeah. It'll be faster getting back.
So maybe we could, yeah.
What if we just take a peek?
I like that. Yeah, non-committal. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Do we know how far the otters were talking about? Like about how long it would take us?
The scout was sort of talking about the same place. They just didn't know what it was called. Okay. And they think it's like another less than 30-minute swim upstream before you get there.
I think we should go visit the rig.
All right, as long as we don't get shot at.
We won't. Fingers crossed behind back.
All right. You swim further upstream and past. Now you start seeing herds of like mutant dugong, other sort of sea cows that are grazing along the vegetation of these channels.
I say hi.
And
cousins of mine.
Say hi.
The water clears for a good portion of this channel. You get a nice view of the bottom, and up ahead, more vegetation chokes the canal. And if you sort of like peek your head above the surface or just right at it, you can see partially through the canopy and gaps of it this massive sort of metal girdered structure that rises up probably about 100 feet or so, with the very top of it sort of cresting the canopy. It's like swampland. And you can head straight for it, or there's other branching paths off the canal that you're in.
Does it look like a trading post or like a military base?
Looking at like how good of a look do you want to get?
I'd like to get close enough to like at least see some people, see entrances and exits, things like that.
Getting close enough to see that, it looks like a kind of trading post of some kind. It's a massive sort of, it's not like a pylon. It comes to a tapered point, four-sided, and at almost every level there's been other things added onto it, lashed onto it, bolted. Some of them are made of like wood and other natural materials. Most of it though is rusted and or refurbished scrap of some kind, and you can hear the sounds of like grinding and sparks shooting off of different parts of it. It's there's industry going on there, and it appears as though it is quite busy.
As a just thematic question, does it look like an oil rig?
Yes.
That's what I was picturing in my head. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
And is there is it accessed by ladders or ropes, or is there a more
ladders, ropes, ramps, rungs, lifts?
Now I'm regretting not taking this guy's self. Ah well. Let's check it out.
Get closer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to be so sneaky.
Okay. Yeah. There's a like I said, there's a good patch of vegetation along the floor that will provide cover for a direct approach. So you can roll stealth again if you want.
I got an unnatural 20.
Nice.
12 for Brutus.
Okay.
I'm going to do everything I need to do without rolls from now on, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, that's generally a good idea.
Y'all remember that one time I got a 2 in stealth?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I got a 2 in stealth.
It's huge.
Thank you, I know.
I got a 5.
Thanks for noticing.
Woo!
Got 5.
Big old 5.
All right.
Wow.
Your
Just 2
your
weeks.
scout,
Okay, weird flex, but okay.
yeah, your scout passed, so that makes half of you that passed, and Calliope and Larimar. Slack is again picked up by others. And you get closer. You can get close enough to sort of not, like make out fine details, but you can see that almost everyone there is some kind of otter person.
It's like, but I mean, like, seriously, this is weird. Like, imagine you go to like an alien planet, right? And you're surviving, and you meet other creatures, and they look alien, and then suddenly you find a human settlement, except they don't know what you are, and you're like, what? Why are these space humans here? What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Why aren't you back where I'm from? So that's what's going on right now.
Uh-huh.
She might even be saying that, like pantomiming it as well.
Yeah. I mean, they're not behaving like others of your your people that you.
Well, they're not nature loving, aquabats.
No. Most of them, they seem to either be the majority of them seem to be engaged in some kind of craft or industry. There are large barges which make a lot of noise and belch out oily black smoke.
Yeah.
And they have sort of just junk piled on them, and a lot of it has corrosion, mixed up with seaweed and other kinds of.
I don't know if I like this episode of Captain Planet.
And they're building all kinds of different things. Yeah, but it's not like there's hundreds of them. There's like dozens of them.
Oh, okay. That puts it a little more in perspective.
Yeah.
I'm getting strong Lake Charles vibes from this entire area.
Yeah. I was really channeling my the times down the
Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just like swamp, muck, and oil rigs.
And then oil rigs.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why most of the Pisonoids and merfolk avoid this place.
Yeah. She's gonna. I mean, no one's stopping her. So
they haven't gotten to where they're patrols. Like there are some that are on guard. You're just well away from it.
Well, I'm going to attempt to approach somebody who doesn't look like they want to immediately shoot me.
Okay.
Or get toward that person.
Sure. Just a second. Let's see what we got. All right. You're looking to approach without hopefully anybody wanting to kill you or take you out or anything like that. Okay, so you can see behind you almost coming in from like a channel to your say 8 o'clock, right? There's this noisy sort of barge that kind of putters its way up, and there are 2 otters at the front who are like steering and pushing it with these great big poles. It's sort of this makeshift kind of affair. Mm-hmm. 2 of them sit on basically guard duty with old looking rifles or something, and then the rest of them appear to be just like sifting through a bunch of garbage, making their way towards this rig. It's not that far from you, maybe about 15 feet or so. They don't appear to have seen you, but they don't look as heavily armed as the other ones you've seen.
Oh boy. Okay. I'm gonna emerge from hiding and say hi.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay hidden, but keep an eye out on like everybody and
that actually might be
quietly.
Okay.
Yeah, that actually might be better if you guys are not like.
Larimar thinks they're hiding.
Oh yeah.
The globes of light in their hair are just poking out of the water.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They're very buoyant. So
it happens.
It's just a very confusing looking jellyfish.
Nice. All
right. Hello, barge people.
You swim out first, or are you just like calling from the?
I'm gonna swim out. Yeah. This is where Calliope dies.
Sure. Let's see. So the first of them, one of them vaguely points its weapon in your direction, but you come swimming out, offering a greeting. Mm-hmm. They're not. They don't treat you as hostile. You You do get some curious looks though. It's like, who are you? Pirates or well, they wouldn't call them pirates. Snake people that way. Sorry.
Pirates be meeting over there.
Yeah, the snake folk are back. Missed a canal. There's back one.
You know what? Honestly, you guys look nice in the snake book anyway. Can I ask you guys some questions? I'm new to the area.
Yeah. They seem curious more than anything. Not hostile, not a little bit skeptical, but more just like, this is weird. As they talk to you as they pass by.
Okay, this may sound strange, but I have a favorite pelt that I wear. She's being purposefully vague. She's obfuscating. I have a favorite pelt. Somebody stole it, and they might have gone this way. I would be willing to trade for it or whatever I need to do to get it. I'm just looking for it.
I found a name list for otters, and these are great.
A name list for otters?
Do share.
Well, this this one's
the
one you're talking to. His name's Harry.
Oh God, I love it.
And I think that Artemis Prime came back a few days ago with that with that beautiful pelt. Just but what did he do with it? He was bragging all the way, and they kind of someone a while back came that matches more closely your timeline. And
Artemis Prime.
Artemis Prime.
Okay.
Artemis Prime.
So
you're talking to Harry Otter.
Yeah. Okay, Harry. Where did he get this beautiful pelt from? I'm just curious.
He goes to the Otto and Kenobi. I love the internet.
I just
what did you ask?
Where he got the pelt? Do they know where he got this beautiful pelt?
Oh yeah. He said he was bragging about they snuck through some portal or something that they weren't supposed to go through or something like that. Somewhere in the Saltmarsh they found it. And,
okay. So that's right.
That was a while ago. You said you lost it? Gosh.
Yeah, it's really important to me. Could I speak to Artemis Prime? Do you know where they are?
Well, yeah, they're probably over at the rig right now. I'd imagine so. They got a lot of scrap for that job.
Cool. So they'd be willing to trade, maybe.
Always willing to trade. Certainly.
Okay, cool. Well, that's great news. Is it okay if I go to the rig? Is anybody going to try to stop me? Do you think that they'd be worried about me?
I mean, if you're there for trade, just make sure everybody knows about it. But we don't get that too many visitors.
Yeah,
you should be okay though.
Okay.
We're good people. They all as they try to convince themselves.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, yeah, I get it. Thank you, Harry. You've been such a big help. Thank you. I'll remember you. And I'm gonna head over there.
Okay.
And, there you go.
All right. So Calliope, you're heading off to the rig to potentially get some more information.
Yeah.
As we approach the 10 o'clock hour here, are you willing to sort of like have your character be, in this sort of state of uncertainty, or what are you gonna do, Josh?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Uncertainty's fun.
Okay.
I mean, relatively speaking.
Yeah. All right, then I think perhaps this will be where we leave off as Calliope heads towards the rig as the first of the suns of this desolate world begins to set, and the rest of the party hides in the reeds and mangroves for their friend, sneaking up into treacherous swamp. So yeah, fun times.
This goes okay.
I'm sure it will, right? I'm sure it will. Anyway, we will call it there and return the next time we can play. Excellent game, everybody. Yeah, let's go around, see how everybody's doing, what they've been up to, and if they got anything going on that they want to let us know. Josh, why don't you start us off?
Yeah. My name is Josh, and I draw things, although I've been really kind of quiet on social media recently, for various reasons, but also because I'm working on a big project, and I'm letting it simmer, which is something I never do. I'm never a simmer. This is a big one, so I'm simmering. But I'm also going to be doing art for the show. That's going to be really fun. I'm working on portraits.
Mm-hmm.
I've already got a cool basis for Larimar, so I'm working on that one next. And anyway, I'm Beard for Charity online, and come find me, Beard for Charity, on Instagram and Twitter, and I might be elsewhere. Good luck. Anyway, that's me.
Thanks, Josh. Thank you. And Anna.
Hello. I had a lovely time here. I loved the otter names so much.
God.
So much. They're so memey. And
I've got some. There's one. Thick Freedom is another one.
Yes. I can't wait to hear more. So better write them down.
Yes. There we go. Excellent.
But yeah, I am on the internet doing stuff and things. As Cyborg Pizza on the Twitches and Anna B Photo on the Twitters and the Instagrams. Yeah, that's it.
Very good. I guess stay hydrated, especially in this heat. Very good. TK.
It's me. It's TK. Spooky Stories, my website, tkjrides.com, my Twitter, TK Joins the Fray. August 9th, Tales from the Mist Season 2 is coming back to the Dungeons and Dragons Twitch, and you should check it out. But in the meantime, you can follow that Twitter, which is Miss Tales D&D, because I am in charge of the month-long Choose Your Nightmare promo that we're doing, which is like a totally not choose your own adventure, because we're not allowed to say that. It's technically trademarked, so we'll get sued if you call it that. So yeah, it's a choose your nightmare adventure, and it's got little polls on it. And yesterday was the weirdest one, even though there's only been 3 of them, because I got 1,300 votes and it was an even 50-50. So that's a thing.
Wow.
My favorite part about it is how many people don't know how polls work. So they think that a choose your own adventure means that you write in what you do, and that is not the case.
Noobs.
But I like to see what people write and secretly giggle.
Well,
That's it. Buy my book. Goodbye.
There you go. Buy their book. And Matt, thank you for joining us. Hopefully we do it again sometime.
Thanks for having me. It was a good time. I had a lot of fun playing this character who I decided like 2 minutes into the game, I was like, yeah, he's just not going to talk ever. And I messaged you and I was like, has he said anything in the game at all? And you were like, no. And I was like, okay, that's perfect. He's never going to talk.
Yeah, I think he was like rowing a boat the last time. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty great. I am Matt_Gearing on Twitter, and check out WebDM's new video on rules as written versus rules as interpreted. It's a very good one. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And yeah, I also did a not choose your own adventure for the WebDM Twitter for a while, as did Josh, I believe.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
we
back
had
in the day.
some
Back in the day.
weird ones, dude. They were interesting. But yeah. Check us out on YouTube and make sure to follow on. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, excellent. And I am Jim, co-host WebDM. Thank you for joining us on the WebDM Twitch channel, and I believe we will see y'all again on Tuesday for some more Breath of the Fall. And y'all have a great weekend, and we'll see y'all next week.
Bye, guys.
Ta-da!
And we're clear.